There might be too many of these to actually watch tonight, especially because it's 1:25 a.m. Ah well, watch a couple of them. You can now pin a message at the top of your live chat for viewers to read. Click any message to pin it. I already. Why did it say new? That's been a thing. Hello, Mr. Chimpact. You technically are first because I'm actually watching your video first. Hello, hello. That was good. Yo, we're just chilling today. I wanted to go live a little earlier, but had things to do. Friday's going to be a good day, by the way. We're going to be doing crowd control, which will be really, really fun. Hey, Frosty. Yeah, I'm excited for this season, too. Oh, we're going to be watching everybody's return. We're going to start with Chimpacts and, oh, as many as we can tonight. Oh, man. Supposed to be asleep. I wake up for firefighting qualification 4 hours, but over here watching. Hey, good luck. Make sure you sub to my boy Chimp as well. Correct, correct, correct. He's desperate. Billy about to take over. Okay, tweet that out. I mean, everybody's links is in the description. Just gotta go ahead and check in the description. Hey, Abby. Abyss. Hey, Meat. Yeah, we just started. We haven't even done anything. 3P. You're like one of the only people who believe, so. Letting's not in the game, Calster. Oh, actually, I can get rid of the link. Now that I think about it. I think this is the last day, so there's no point for you there. Save. Joey, is Blender actually pregnant? Honestly, it's not up to me to say if he's pregnant or not. You really should ask him. You really should talk to him. It's a very personal thing for him, and you know. He's not a seahorse. I just want to let you know that. He's not a seahorse. What up, DJ? Alright. We'll win a draft league week 1. Just ain't ready for my Ditto. Hey, are you surprised Roy Moon went undrafted? Nah. I'm really not. It's a solid mon. But, I don't know. People may trade for it. I definitely could see Chase trading for it throughout the season. When is Ironmon? Not sure. Because draft started up and I got crowd control on Friday. So it's going to be a minute till Ironmon most likely. Need a little break from it anyway. Because we have not won in a while. Wish you record messages for Squawk? Oh, like Chatot? Yeah, Soto's not that great anymore. But it's not banned, no. Definitely not banned. The images you posted for the SPL fan Discord? Let me check. Oh, that's sick. Those are awesome. What's good, Bandito? What's crowd control? Basically, you guys will be able to control Pokemon Emerald. It'll be fun. We'll go over that on Friday, though. Alright, so let's start watching these. I'm going to watch my boy Chimpact's video. I just really want people's thoughts on their drafts. I thought it'd be fun. Obviously, you can check out all the coaches. Hey, Micah. Check out the coaches down below. There's not going to be any... These aren't Pokemon. Like these aren't battles, right? But I want to see everybody's thoughts on their teams. And please support all the coaches. Subscribe to them as well. Just trying to make as much content about SPL as possible. Trying to grow as much as possible. Let's do it.
I decided to join a draft league after several years of not playing
I had to beg him.
Pokemon. A draft league is where you select from a pool of available Pokemon and create
This
a
editing
roster
is
of 10
great.
to 12 Pokemon to compete against other players. This allows for creative interactions. Moves or items that typically see little to no usage can be run to counteract an opponent's strategy. Allow Pokemon that are considered very
Trying,
niche
Zanny.
to shine.
Don't forget, guys, on Sunday will be the battles. It's going to be a great time. I love Chimpacts, like the quality up. Shout out to Mace, man. Mace has been doing great for Chimp.
With the 10th pick, I was able to select Tornadus Therian,
Such
which was my very first Pokemon that I ever drafted many
Look
years
at baby
ago.
Chimp.
Tornadus has an amazing speed set of 121, and with disrupting moves like Taunt, Knockoff, and U-Turn, it's one of the most versatile Pokemon in the game.
Yeah, yo, Chimp, you dumb loud here, bro. You put your audio up? That's great. I'm very happy about that. I'm putting him at 1.5 times. I'm very happy about that, bro.
I can make it defensive with an Assault Vest or Rocky Helmet, or an offensive Pokemon with Nasty Plot and Flying Fighting coverage. Flying Fighting coverage is among the best in the game, and it also has access to Heat Wave if I don't really want to miss Focus Blast against Steel types. With the next pick, I decided to go with Iron Hands, which benefits
I like that
greatly
you
from
went minimal
Tornadus
with this,
U-Turn.
by the way.
It has great bulk
Big fan.
in its HP and defense.
Hey, man,
and
thank
if
you so
I want to make
much.
it especially defensive, I can because of its amazing HP stat. It has great setup opportunities with Swords Dance and Iron Defense when you pair it up with its bulk. If they have an Intimidate Pokemon, I can go Iron Defense and make it even more difficult to kill on the physical side. It's another pivot with Volt Switch if I do decide to go that route. It has Drain Punch to increase its longevity, Close Combat for a little bit more immediate power, and if they
I think Torn as a round 1 pick gives you an all-around just balanced type of team that Chimpact is really like he kind of leans towards when it comes to draft. So I like Torn. Torn is definitely a end of round 1, round 2 Pokemon that always goes, right? So if he really wants to use Tornadus, it makes sense that he gets it. Yeah, he forgot the fighting here. It's fine.
have Electric Train, or if I set up my own Electric Train, it has the Quark Drive ability. Unfortunately, it does
Yes,
have
man.
Quark Drive as an ability, and basically that's not an ability unless I want to go with Booster Energy, in which case I don't have an item, but that happens.
That's a
With
good.
the next
That's a
pick,
good
I
move.
decided
That's a
to
good
go with
item, bro.
Tinglu, along with Tornadus and Iron Hands, makes it so that my team is very difficult to KO. Tinglu only has a few weaknesses, and its ability,
Fair,
Vessel of Ruin, makes it so that even special attackers have a difficult time knocking it out. I can basically allow my Tinglu to cover.
This isn't correct, right? I think these stats are. Pretty sure these are Iron Hands. Yeah. Okay, so you messed up the stats here. That's all good. It happens. I'm about to say Tinglu does not have 68 base special defense. So hoping we have Shady's thoughts about his team. Used to love him way back. Hope he knocks us out of the park. He's gonna give his thoughts on his team, I think, in his week 1 battle.
Tinglu only has a few weaknesses, and its ability, Vessel of Ruin, makes it so that even special attackers have a difficult time knocking it out. I can
Tinglu with these
basically
stats would be crazy,
allow my
though.
Tinglu to cover my opponent's biggest threat because of its amazing HP and defense stat and its ability, Vessel of Ruin.
Yep.
It's going to be my entry hazard setter with Stealth Rock and Spikes, and there are a lot of creative things that I can do with Tinglu that you might be able to see later on in the season.
I'm so hyped for
After
that.
Tinglu, I decided to go with the Terra Captain, Revavroom. Revavroom was among
Easily the best Terra Captain available, by the way. Easily the #1 best Terra Captain available, in my opinion. Just the fact that it has Temper Flare now and high horsepower. Fantastic pick by Chimp.
the best Terra Captains available. It has access to Shift Gear to increase its speed greatly and increase its attack stat as well. Decent coverage with Poison Steel.
People just
and
didn't want to
Fire,
use Manaphy.
and with Terra Blast, I can go with whatever
It's better
coverage
than
that my
Jolteon.
Terra type is. And it has Toxic Spikes, it has Parting Shot. It's a pretty good utility Pokemon as well with Steel and Poison. I definitely needed a Fairy Resist.
It
with
wasn't
Iron
broken
Hand
last
Tinglu already
gen,
on
so
my
we tried to
team,
let it again.
And Revavroom 4 times resist Fairy type moves. And with my next pick,
It's
I
okay,
decided
yeah,
to go with
Pedro
Ogerpon,
knows.
Wellspring. Ogerpon by itself can complete a Firewater Grass Core. It has great setup moves with Lead Seed, Taunt. It's another disruptor like Tornadus with Knockoff. Good cover.
I feel like he's gonna have a lot of fun out of this too. It's just gonna be doing like a lot of the same for Chimp's team, like pseudo breaking. If you could choose your round 1 and round 2 pick, what were you gonna choose? I was just gonna pick Magmortar and Metagross, so it's not like I technically would have been memeing anyway. They just would have been slightly better. Shout out to Mace for real. Shout out to me as well. I recorded these Pokemon. I'm a good person. Haha.
Coverage and Grass
Did you
Water
make
can set up
Did you make
Swords Dance. It can be another sweeper for me. It can be another defensive Pokemon with Water Absorbent.
Yeah, hey,
like
he
whatever
linked Mace,
defensive
good.
route that I go, because Grass types are pretty good in that aspect. There's a crit set, Focus Energy, Ivy Cudgel.
That's good.
And it's another entry hazard user with Spikes. And with my next pick, I decided to go with Dragonite. Pokeaim told me to select this Pokemon. It's only him, to be honest. Also,
I told him straight up. D-Knight's ass. And by ass, I mean average. Which is like, I guess ass when it comes to Generation 9, right? If you ain't average, I don't need credit. I literally told him. And this is exactly how I typed to him. I did not realize this would be in the video. But yes.
D-Knight Ass, non-Terra.
Oh, shoot. Wait. Chimp, can you DM me? Wait, no. Let me show you what Chimpact, because he didn't put it in the video. Oh, never mind. I got it. This is so good.
I mean average. It's still good, just not broken. So for that reason, I'm out. You should get it, which is the next Pokemon that I'm thinking of getting. D-Knight Shmee-Knight, but I decided to go with D-Knight Shmee-Knight anyway. D-Knight is not good if brainless, unless you're CB. It's legit not great. I brought it 3 times in PPL. Terra makes it busted. E-Speed banned. Gives you cleanup. Arc does the same and cooler and faster, to be honest.
Okay, in that case, he also was debating between Dragonite and Hisuian Arcanine. I was basically saying I would take Hisuian Arcanine first just because it's more likely that would get picked than a Dragonite. I don't think Dragonite's that fantastic in draft without Terra. From my personal experience, when I had it, I barely brought it. But the fact that it is... Appreciate you, Pedro. You gonna start working on the draft stuff or what you can do? I could send you... I could record my intro for tomorrow if you want right now and just send it to you. But I guess you could do it tomorrow. Nah, I think D-Knight's all right. I think D-Knight's like the heavy duty boots is just gonna help him like check them on once or twice. That's how I used D-Knight when I played it. Or you just use Choice Band Extreme Speed, which is good for, priority's great in draft.
So I decided to go with Dragonite. I definitely wanted another Pokemon that has immediate power. Iron Hands does have immediate power, but I would have to use
Emboar Short? Oh
like
yeah, that's gonna be great. I'm gonna record the Dugong Short
Thunder
after
Punch,
too.
and Drain Punch.
The
So
difference
that
is
limits
super
me
obvious.
into the type of moveset that I bring with Iron Hands. But Dragonite has good moves, like average moves, but it has a little bit more. It has better coverage with the moves that it's clicking. With Outrage, Dragon Claw, Fire Punch, Earthquake, Extreme Speed, and it's more flexible with its item choices.
Donphan's the go.
Because a Choice Band of Dragonite is going to be a
I
little
freaking
bit better
love
than a Choice
Donphan.
Band of Iron Hands, because Iron Hands I typically want to. I don't know if a Choice Band Iron Hands is that great, especially because
If you're gonna Choice Band Iron Hands,
Electric
just go
Fighting
booster
has
energy.
immunities. Well,
Or
I guess
leftovers
Dragon does
anyway.
have immunities, but at the same time, like they're pretty obvious that what's gonna come in. Anyways, fairies aren't the best defensively, but neither are ghosts. Anyways, Pokeaim alluded to the next Pokemon that I was going to draft, which is Hisuian Arcanine. It is a Stealth Rock user.
I'm excited for this.
Unfortunately, the one thing about Hisuian Arcanine that I dislike is that its speed
MBL,
is not 95 like regular Arcanine, and it's 90. I would have really liked to hit that 95 tier, but you can't win them all, right? It has access to Stealth Rock, Intimidate,
It's
Rock
solid,
Head,
man.
Head Smash,
It's a solid
Head Smash,
one.
Flare Blitz. It's now this is a Pokemon
It does what you
that
need it to do.
can
It
make
rapid
banded
spins.
and just do a bunch of damage. In VGC, everyone runs it banded. In Regulation E, it fell off though because nobody really uses this Pokemon anymore. Stealth Rock, it's another Extreme Speed user. With
His whole team is
Hisuian
VGC
Arcanine,
mods. I
have
freaking love
coverage
that.
Priority,
Hey,
Extreme
dude.
Speed on it, Extreme Speed on Dragonite, Aqua Jet on Dragonite. I think that is it. But Hisuian Arcanine, it completes the Firewater Grass Core with Ogre Pond Wellspring by itself. Has Will-O-Wisp for burn opportunities. I just really want to know.
I actually think this mon's so much better than people think as well. Like, when you prep against this mon specifically, I get more scared about prepping against this mon than prepping against Dragonite. Because Chimpact has a lot of, like, Volt Switch U-turn mons that can get in this mon and just clicks Choice Band hits. If it lands, it's a threat. That's basically what I'm saying. And not everyone has the best switch-ins. Actually, there's no switch-ins to Choice Band Flash Fire, It's going well, Tyler. Thank you.
Another Pokemon that could.
What there ends Arcanine in 1995? The waters, basically. What does what core do? The one that Chimpact was talking about? Or what I was talking about with the like with the Volt Switch momentum. Basically just gets in the mons. I mean, I think Dragonite's flexible too. I just found myself leaning more towards like more heavy duty boots support sets that like, oh, +2 Rillaboom, cool, I'll live the hit, get an air slash off. Fire, water, grass, they cover each other's weaknesses. Fire is weak to water, so grass deals with that. Grass is weak to fire, so water deals with that, etc., etc. That's like a nice little core that covers each other's weaknesses. Just like Fairy, Dragon, Steel covers each other's weaknesses.
It has utility with Intimidate and Extreme Speed, and that's pretty much all I
Hell
needed.
yeah, dude.
Drifblim was the next Pokemon that I drafted, and it is another Terra Captain.
I love this mon.
I've used Drifblim before, and it's only worth 5 points, but it's incredibly strong.
I agree. I think we
It can easily switch into
undervalued
Pokemon.
it.
It got access to Strength Sap since I last used it. It can go physical as well, if you want to go acrobatics, maybe even flare boost, whatever that ability is.
Flare
if you want to.
boost.
It's just very versatile. Ghost Flying is a pretty unique typing. If
His Terras
I
are
do
really
wanna go
good in
the
it
route
too.
Of just doing a bunch of chip with hazards and priority, I can give it the Aftermath ability to
didn't
help
snipe me.
prevent my Pokemon from being swept. And overall, just a great Pokemon. Can sweep.
It won 7
Captain
VGC
great.
regionals in a row. It's
One of the
crazy.
goats. With my 9th pick, I decided to go with Dondozo.
This boy really playing VGC.
Dondozo, it prevents cheese. It has the ability Unaware. It's very bulky. Yawn access. If they want to cheese me with some setup
Yeah,
Pokemon,
Duck, it would.
Unaware right there. You can't do anything about it. unless they have a super effective move or they're special or they have Encore, something like that. But I'm gonna be prepared for that probably. Hopefully, I don't know.
I feel like Chimpact, if Rillaboom was still available, he would have picked Rillaboom over Ogerpon, because Rillaboom plus Iron Hands plus like Dozo, his last pick Comfy, and things like that would have been insane to get the Ting-Lu. Like, I really do feel like he would have picked that. But maybe I'm just speaking for anything, but I like Dozo a lot in draft. I used to think it was just a defensive tank that it in OU, but like, it's base 100 attack and it actually hits recently hard with, like, you know, Avalanche is usually doubled, etc. I see a lot of people running this offensive in draft and I like it a lot.
It's similar to Ting-Lu, in which like it's a very defensive Pokemon, but it can also hit very hard if I do want to go for that. That's a Pokewater, and Pokewaters are always nice to have. 150 HP, 100 attack, 115 defense. Iron Hands with 154 HP, 140 defense, 108 defense.
Yeah, it just has insane natural
155 HP, 110 attack, 125 defense. Like, my team can take hits and deal a lot of damage on the physical
Please
side.
sub the Chimpact, by the way.
Curse. Dondozo's.
It is water type Snorlax.
That was my last pick. I decided to go with Comfy.
I freaking love this modern draft.
Pokemon with access to priority and its ability with Triage, Draining Kiss, Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, Taunt, Lead Seed, another Disruptor knockoff. It is my...
This mon would have been banned if we tried to terror it next season, for sure.
It's a fairy Pokemon, just to give me another Dragon Resist / immunity.
No, Comfy would be actually broken with Terra. Literally,
great speed
bro,
here in 100.
It has priority, Giga Drain, and Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss, all it needs is Terra Ground or Terra Steel, and it beats all its counters.
100 speed. It's another sort of anti.
It's so fast too. I think its speed is what gives it too.
And if you're not expecting it, like Calm Mind, Draining Kiss can and will sweep you.
Did you just end the video there? It's like a threat. He ended it on a threat. If you're not expecting it, Calm Mind, Draining Kiss can and will sweep you, and then just drops the mic and ends the video there. That's actually amazing. That's amazing. Please check out Chimpact. Check out the video. Leave a like. Let him know you're hyped about his draft. I think we got Uzi, but let's watch this really. I think this was one of my favorite draft analysis by... We'll watch Uzi in a sec. But this is one of my favorite draft analysis that's about to come out. This is by the Shuckleking. I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted from this. Did you get copyrighted from that, Shuckle? It's like, I don't really care if the stream like makes money or whatever, but I just want to know, did you actually get something from doing this? I did sweep with Comfy in WB week 1. Well, sweep as in clean up with it. So as you can see, it's the Council of Shuckle. You did get copyrighted? Wait, you got claimed? Hold up, I didn't know. I want to just confirm that. But we have the Council of Shuckle here. Basically, yeah, this was honestly the best draft analysis after everything. Wait, Shuckle, can you confirm that you got claimed from this? I'll put some music in the background too while it's happening. You got super duper claimed. I mean, I believe it. It's copyrighted for a cover. Damn. Hold up. Glitch X City in the background. Let's see if we can fool the system by putting some other music in the background as well as that. Alright. Got a little bit in the background. Let's see if we can fool the system. Shuckle was very, very, very talented, by the way. It's okay. Bro is playing the damn... What is this called? He's playing his mic right now. What is this? What's this instrument called? He's playing the hookah. Like... The talk box. Ah. It's talk box. It's so fire. The Shuckle in the top right is just chilling, bro. It's alright. I got a remix in the background to mess with it. Just know that he's actually playing it perfectly. I'm just trying to fool the system by putting some music in the background. Excalibur among the best. I love that you did your own lyrics too. Oh, a little Uzi cameo. So y'all can watch it on your own time as well. This is my SPL Season 2 champion. Who said it was Kaizo? I ain't doing Kaizo for a while. I'm about to do crowd control with Shizzy, Snark, and Shofu. Bro, bottom left is the best. Bottom left is my favorite. My God, he's playing the respirator keyboard. He patted himself on the back. Check out Shuckle. That was fire, bro. Alright, I'm gonna play the music a little bit longer. We'll watch this one actually, it's a little shorter first. I'm gonna play this music for a little bit longer just so we can continuously, hopefully, fool. If we can fool YouTube into getting not claimed, hell yeah. Okay, that was fire. Really, please, everybody, check out his actual stuff. Please, it's in the description. You gotta watch that whole video. It was great. Let's watch Uzi's. It was actually great. I like Playmore's format as well. I like the way they're all doing draft. You can't call him Jaywitz. His roster was the lyrics, yeah. You didn't hear it? You didn't. I mean, I guess you couldn't. You technically couldn't hear it. But if you look at the screen, he talked about it. Yeah, Uzi's went up today. A little bit late. Doesn't mean we're not gonna watch it. I'll link Uzi's as well if y'all wanna put it on the side.
We had the best season of our poke.
Wait, hold up. It just said time. I haven't actually watched this. I just left a like. Yet. What do you think the best value Pokemon somebody picked up was? Shoot, Quackable. I think Quackable better than everyone. Good night, Shuckle.
Last time, we had the best season of our Pokemon Draft League career, in what represented the culmination of our 8-year journey. All these stories brought us to the finals. The finals, where we came up short. I meant it when I said that it'll be a while until you see me again. But as fate would have it, we got invited to the Season 2 of the Shuckle Premier League. Woo. Just in time for the Indigo Disc DLC. With us now donning the name of the Thunderclap Titans, we only have one simple goal. Finish the story. And as far as our place in the order, I got first pick. Meaning that I have both access and full liberty towards taking any of the new Pokemon that got introduced. Something that nobody can do anything about. So naturally, I decided to take Dragapult.
Oh man, dude. But every time I take Dragon Ball, it's just a bunch of boos. Boo. You gotta take Pult though. If you first, can't be mad. Shoot, if you don't take Pult in the beginning, somebody's gonna take it second.
Oh, come on! You would have done the same thing too! What do you mean I eat corn the long way? This is arguably the best Pokemon in Draft League. Because of its amazing speed, I have full liberty to run Adamant or Modest Nature on a lot of these matchups and still be able to outspeed my opponent's team.
Or Timid
it can
plus 12
an
speed.
Insane amount of roles, whether it be an all-out special attacker with Choice Specs, a physical set with Dragon Dance, which pairs really well with Dragon Darts. Not to mention its many other support roles, like setting dual screens, Will-O-Wisp, which pairs really well with Hex, as well as even being a great pivot with U-Turn. And when you add that with its great abilities, this Pokemon is a living cheat code.
Yeah,
which is why
it's good as hell.
My round 1 pick. With this, I realized that it's important to get myself a good Pokemon to support Dragapult, because while it is an amazing revenge killer, it needs prime chip damage to finish the job. Well, Junbei Haoshun Dongwen Washiondi. As my next pick is Chi-Yu, the ultimate wall breaker in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. If we're talking mindless button clicking, there is no Pokemon that embodies the mantra.
Okay, I'm excited for this mon because everybody talks a big game about Chi-Yu, because obviously it's, you know, nasty and OU, but it's not. I have not seen it be broken in draft once. Mephisto got 5 kills with it. I know D-Ray didn't do a lot with it either. So I'm actually like, especially when I first started playing draft again last year, when I fought Chi-Yu, I was like, yo, I can't, we should ban this mon. But after playing for a while, I was like, yo, this mon can go down a couple points type of thing.
Better than this destructive goldfish.
So I'm excited to see him use it. I'm excited. I hope he does a lot with it.
This thing's ability is a highway robbery. Because Beads of Ruin literally reduces the opposing Pokemon's
I love the style you went, by the way, for the editing. Very clean.
In other words, its enemies won't be well done. It'll be congratulations. As I got the wheel pick, I think it'd be a good idea to get both a hazard setter and remover, since for the latter, this is still very much a luxury. Well, it turns out that I once again hit the jackpot, because my next pick is Iron Treads, a Pokemon that I'm no stranger to using before, as shown in my first season back. While Treads is no great Tusk, it still has plenty of good physical bulk and coverage across all sides, with moves like Ice Spinner to take down flying types. Not to mention its natural stabs in Earthquake and Iron Head, which combined with its good base 106 speed, makes it one of the best utility players with offensive capabilities. Now that I got a Dragon, as well as a Steel, it's high time that I wrap it up with a Fairy, especially since I expect them to all be taken in this upcoming round. So since I got a special breaker, it's time for me to get a physical one, as my next pick is Azumarill.
Azu's a great
its huge
Pokemon,
power
man.
ability doubles its attack stat.
That's what I'm saying. It's no squawkabilly, but you know.
Both Fairy and Water makes it a very difficult Pokemon to take on. Its typing as well as its stats also allow it to be impressively bulky as well, making it thrive in the role as a Pokemon that is guaranteed to take a piece of my opponent, with the added bonus of being able to sweep as well. With Belly Drum taking it a +6 attack and its already strong priority in
you better say that when you use it, Uzi. If I don't hear no bums, I'm gonna be mad.
Otherwise, this thing breaks just fine with Choice Band and eats a lot of special hits with an Assault Fist.
Anyone who has a Belly Drum Pokemon is obligated to do bum when they go for it.
Before we continue though, there's one thing I need to say. Unfortunately, I'm currently going through issues regarding my YouTube monetization. Due to the broken system of AdSense for people such as myself who have moved to different countries and are yet to become a permanent resident or citizen, I find myself unable to verify my identity. While there is a solution to this, I won't be able to earn any money this month. So I opened a Ko-Fi page, and if you are by chance willing to show me some support, I greatly appreciate it, because
I'm gonna buy a coffee
goes
for my boy
way.
Uzi.
Anyways, back to the video.
Uzi, I'm so tired. Please just set the game to Scarlet and Violet. Please. Please. I'm gonna yell at anybody this season if it says Pokemon Sword and Shield when I scroll down. You are just hurting your content. But yeah, definitely support my boy.
Speaking of different, Terra Captains. Last season, I ended up using Uni and caused a lot of chaos, which ended with her getting Terra banned. So I figured that this time around, I'll do the exact same, but with another
just
Pokemon,
for this season. We'll probably unban it.
Articuno.
This mon's gonna be so nasty.
Pokemon in Draft League, with such an impressive stat distribution and ability in
I was invited to
competitive,
the
which
UCL.
raises special attack by 2 stages with each stat drop, you'd think that this would be higher on a lot of people's radar. Except the fact that it lacks the coverage to take down both Steel and bulky Dark types, which Terastallization fixes. With Terra Fighting, this thing has all the coverage in the world to take down teams by itself. Especially when you consider
the best Terra Captain's Revenue. This is a really good one.
And stored power,
this is easily a great one.
which at one point in OU was sweeping a lot of teams. I decided to have the other 2 types be Flying and Steel. The former so that I don't have to click Hurricane, and the latter so that I simply cannot be poisoned as I'm going for broke. Through all this offense,
it also makes it a little
Jirachi. A bit of defense, as well as a proper ground resist that can offer far more to the team itself. And it is with great pleasure that I announce that our next pick be the returning Shaman, the MVP.
I think he used it great. I just think he didn't have a good...
It's honestly insane.
Ren, I think he used it great. I just think he didn't have a fantastic steel type outside of like Bronzong at a point.
Just how much hits it ended up taking throughout the season, especially when you combine it with Seed Flare, which hits as hard as a Leaf Storm and has a 40% chance of reducing my opponent's special defense by 2 stages. It has good coverage too, as Steel types get bonked by an Earth Power, Dragon types with Dazzling Gleam, and even Baton types to give me momentum. I am beyond excited to continue my journey with this ball of never giving up, because this season, my opponent's time is up, and Shaman's time is now. With all these picks being made, I saw another issue. I have no grounded poison. And unless I want my opponent to bring Toxic Spikes against me, I need one that fulfills that criteria. Except, I need it to be something that I can bring on a consistent weekly basis.
Hey, what's good, Jay?
So I found just that Pokemon. As my next pick is Okidogi.
Dude, I want this Mon so badly in draft. I'm so excited to see him use it. I loved watching Danny use this Pokemon. I love this Mon. I want this Mon so much in draft. I will draft this one day. I will literally draft this one day. It's just really hard to draft Okidogi because I want my poison types to have spikes. That's the big thing, right? Yeah. I don't know. I really want Okidogi. I guess if I go like a Tinglu route or like a Garchomp, right, randomly. I don't know if I'll ever get Garchomp in Graph. I could do this, but I'm so excited for this mod. It's so freaking good.
Special attack, base 115 defense, and a very broken ability in Toxic Chain, where it doesn't matter whether what I click is a contact move or not. It has a 30% chance to Toxic my opponent. Meaning that the more it attacks, the more it smacks. I was very impressed when I faced against it last season because of how broken its ability was. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, y'all better start looking at your nearest clock or watch. Because...
now it's right time!
Oh my god, the new one.
As we reach the end,
the new one.
Realizing that I essentially lack a couple of middle mons. What do I mean by that? You see, I have a lot of these Pokemon that can constitute as breakers. However, I don't exactly have the best mons of being able to safely bring them in. So based on that, my next pick is Alolan Persian. With an insane base 115 speed, which is expertly combined with one of the most spammable moves in the game, aka Parting Shot, I essentially present myself a lot of leeway towards being able to keep the momentum on my side.
I'm glad he picked this up because he really doesn't have like good pivots, so this helps.
Thereby making it amazing.
Shaman can do it because of Baton Pass, but you don't want to do that every week.
The speed also works in my favor as I can both outspeed and knock out any of his physical...
I did draft this Mon before. I think it got better now because there's better ghost types. Question, you have enough points to have Alolan Muck over Quill. What's the benefit of having Quill over it? Spikes and Toxic Spikes. And Intimidate. And Eviolite. Quillfish is a great Pokemon, even without Eviolite. Like, there's some weeks I could definitely run Black Sludge if I want to. Or Leftovers. Because I think a lot of people forget regular Quillfish is a great Pokemon. And it's a great pick in draft. It's like around... At least in Sword and Shield, it was like a round 6 pick in draft type of thing. It's fast. It's strong enough. And the Intimidate plus Pain Spit is just really good.
Set of sweepers,
but I love T-Spikes and Spikes.
This Pokemon has always had my interest, and I'm very excited to try it out. Having one middle mod is not enough. I need 2. And I also need another Stealth Rocker, as well as a Spiker. Well, lo and behold, my next pick is Deoxys Defense.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
Its atrocious base HP stat of 50 is made up for by its insane base 160 defense on both its physical and special side. While it may not have the best offensive stats, that is not the role it's meant to play.
He's not in this.
It's meant to be a great sponge as it both sets up hazards and allows free pivoting to any of my...
This was great. Originally, he didn't have this Mon, and he traded it before week 1 started, which was, I think, during Grace, which I think was very smart. Deoxys fits his team really well. He's going to be bringing this most weeks just to click Spikes and teleport out. Fantastic pivot. Mephisto is not in this season because it's a legacy draft league, and Mephisto started draft last year. And this is about people who started draft 2015, 2016, were there during the beginning, the GBA, the UCL, all things like that. So Mephisto does not qualify. Also, dude is very busy IRL. Like, literally so busy IRL.
Other offensive threats, courtesy of Teleport, which is guaranteed to go on last, meaning that I can bring in my breakers very safely. A Pokemon's purpose is ultimately defined by how well one uses it, and that's exactly what the Thunderclap Titans will be doing. For the last pick, I wanted another reliable Terra Captain, something that actually manages to make full use of the mechanics, while also fulfilling its role of being a great mod to give me momentum. And you may be surprised by this one, but my last pick is Rotom Fan. Now, before you jump to conclusions, hear me out. Since the beginning of Generation 4, Rotom Fan has been subjected towards endless ridicule. Why? Because its ability is Levitate, a seemingly great one, if not for the fact that it's already part Flying type. For over 14 years, this was its unfortunate
Not the
reality.
balloon meme.
Except now, with Terrestrialization, we can make this work. With Terra Electric, it has 0 weaknesses, and at times do buff to its electric type attacks for good measure. Especially since it now has
I mean, we
access to
definitely
Pace Split
added
again.
people who
so
deserve
support
to,
types
like,
with Wisp that
do
can
it
hit just as
in
hard,
Season 1.
very much worth it in my opinion. Its other 2 Terra types are Steel and Fairy because they're just great to use from a defensive standpoint. So yeah, that's the team for this season. Huge shoutouts and thanks go to my friends Addison, Maddie Brolick, pokeaimMD, Lord MV, Maverick Shooters, and Don Schnack for helping me draft this one. I am very excited to begin this new era with each and every single one of you. For it is time for the Thunderclap Titans to rise. Please do like this video and subscribe as I'm on my way to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And if
My goat. That was good. That was good. All right, let me see if we have any more short ones before we dive into these hours. Definitely not going to be able to watch every single one. Ah, Kyle had a good one. Leo as well. Leo's better not be copyrighted either. I saw the music. All right, let me put some music on because Kyle actually doesn't have music in his background. But his is extremely good in my opinion. Like I love the way Kyle approached this. So again, check out Kyle as well. Kyle did kind of a Gen 6 type of draft vibe. All right, let's get it. I'm definitely putting speed up on the longer ones. Again, I most likely won't be able to watch every single one.
After a whole decade since its peak, I wanted to find out if a Generation 6 inspired Pokemon team could still dominate in Generation 9 with the addition of an unlikely catalyst in Ursaring? Generation 6 was one of the most exciting metagames ever
this layout
in
brings me
Pokemon.
back.
And now, many familiar pillars of the Generation 6 metagame have returned with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's second DLC, the Indigo Disc. For those that don't know, Pokemon Draft League is a counter-team format
look at the
where a set of coaches
matchups.
draft from a pool of Pokemon and face off against each other in weekly battles.
Maybe
I
Lantern,
started
yeah.
playing this format in Generation 6 when
If
it
I
was
have time this
created,
week.
and the Miami Don fans and I will be joining Season 2 of the SPL, which is a legacy draft league filled with other OG creators like pokeaimMD, Shady Penguin, Numb Nexus, and Hayden. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce you to the newest Miami Don fans roster.
He doesn't
With
have
my first pick, I took Latios,
background music.
aka Eon Musk. Latios was the best Dragon-type Pokemon in Generation 6, with a base 110 speed and 130 special attack.
It's the best it's the best dragon in Generation 5 as well.
It got a huge
that one's broken in Gen
Generation 9,
5.
with its signature move Luster Purge going from base 70 to base 95 power, while keeping the 50% chance to drop the opponent's
favorite
special
buff of this
defense
generation.
stat. Latios also gained a pivoting option with the move Flip Turn, and got a new move for breaking walls called
Kyle put in
Psychic
some
Noise,
work
which
with this
prevents the
editing. I
opponent
like
from
this.
healing, giving Latios a way to cripple walls other than relying on Trick. With my second pick, I decided to pick up one of the best Gen 6 offensive steel types in Excadrill, aka Ex-Boyfriend, or the shiny ex-girlfriend. Excadrill has access to Mold Breaker Earthquakes to hit Levitators and Sand Rush to outbeat any opposing Pokemon in the sand. Excadrill was the perfect physical breaker to pair with Latios, as well as a reliable Rapid Spinner. In Gen 9, Drill got Rock Blast, which when paired with the loaded dice is a much stronger and more accurate Rock-type move than Stone Edge. Clefable was the absolute top-tier Fairy-type Pokemon from the Generation 6 metagame.
Pink Matter.
It boasts one of the greatest move pools of all time, getting almost every type of coverage move. It's a reliable Wish Passer, and with the ability Magic Guard, it's a Fairy type that is able to avoid sand damage if I end up
GBA was the first draft because it was made by
also got access to
Magnitude,
the new
who
move
made the
Alluring
GBA.
Voice, which confuses a target Pokemon if it boosted its stats on the same turn.
I like
We're
Alluring
gonna call
Voice a
her
lot.
Pink Matter. Unfortunately, the best Sandrush dog Pokemon died in Stoutland. But he has been reincarnated in our number 4 overall pick, Houndstone.
Wow!
Houndstone
Why?
is a powerful sand sweeper with access to moves
Why?
like Poltergeist, Body Press, and Priority Shadow Sneak. It's also a great
Why'd
support
that make me
Pokemon
laugh?
outside of the sand with
So
its
whack.
fluffy ability and
So
moves
whack.
like Will-O-Wisp, Roar, Trick, and Destiny Bond. Houndstone is the first Terra Captain on the team, and the Terra types I chose are Ghost for powerful Poltergeist and Shadow Sneaks, Fairy for defense, and Fighting for that stab body press. This one is for Wiki. With our 5th pick, the Miami Don fans needed to make a splash, and we got just the Pokemon for that in Tentacruel, aka KY Jellyfish. Tentacruel is another reliable Rapid Spinner outside of
love this
Excadrill,
pick as well.
well as
Probably
a
one of my
Toxic Spike
favorite,
Absorber
spinners
and
right now.
Setter, which also gives us our
Hey, definitely
second
check out
knockout
Kyle. Sub to
Pokemon
everybody.
after Clefable.
At least, like,
Tentacruel is another...
look, if you don't want to... you should definitely sub to everybody because we're going to be watching these people for the next 2 months minimum, right? We're going to be watching these people for the next 2 months. Every single draft. Minimum. So definitely go ahead and check them out. All the links are down below. What's up, babe? You looking for something? It's not here? You're not here? Oh, okay. I just hear you and see you.
Gen 6 staple that got a huge buff in the move Flip Turn, which now gives it momentum. The best sticky web setter of Generation 6 was without a doubt Galvantula, but he was on vacation in Toronto. So I decided to recruit his Alolan cousin Vikavolt, aka Plug Me In, with our 6th pick.
Okay.
Vikavolt is a powerful special breaker with a base 145 special attack stat. It has great momentum in Volt Switch and Baton Pass,
love Vikavolt.
and if it needs to
They
break a
nerfed it too
special
much
wall,
by
it
getting
also
rid
has
of Roost.
access to the new physical electric move, Supercell Slam. Vikavolt is our second Terra Captain, and the Terra typings that I selected are Terra Electric for 0 weaknesses with the Levitate ability and boosted power, Terra Steel to give us a bulky steel type outside of Excadrill,
Okay.
and Water to give us a bulky water type that can easily 1v1 other bulky water types.
I'm going to be doing Watch Together this whole
Now
season.
for
I
our
always
7th
do.
pick, let me tell you about one of my favorite childhood games, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Good
The
game.
Skull Kid was recently introduced in Generation 9,
That's
but
fire.
since it's from one of my favorite childhood games, I decided to give it a pass onto this throwback team. Ogerpon, aka Majora, gets access to Spikes, U-Turn, Knockoff, Trailblaze, and Swords Dance,
Good
along
nickname,
with a
good
plethora
nickname.
of other moves. Because I drafted the Mask Off form of Ogerpon, I'm actually able to equip it with any item I want on a week-to-week
This top
basis,
spec is just eating
and
every
bring the
hit.
ability Defiant to deter opposing sticky webs from my opponents. Gummy Bear. Now, you might remember at the start of the video, I told you about a featured Pokemon on this team, and that is Ursaring, aka Gummy Bear. Ursaring got a huge buff in Generation 9 with the release of its evolution, Ursaluna, which now allows it to hold the item Eviolite. Ursaring is a
He plugged this other video. What a goat. Did you find what you're looking for? Not here? Not here.
Pokemon with the base stat total of 500 and already had respectable
Dude, it's
bulk.
so
But
it's
with this
such a
new
cool
buff,
mon. I want to
it is an
draft too.
especially bulky wall
Boom,
that
boom,
gets
boom,
even
boom, boom.
stronger
He
with
better
your
do
status
it.
hit,
Yo,
thanks to its ability to
Guts
Gust
plus
and
Belly Drum
Quick
is
Feet.
crazy.
Now, we couldn't possibly have a top-tier Generation 6 team without our next pick, Talonflame. I decided to take Talonflame because of its pressure ability. Similar to Gen 6, it gets powerful Brave Birds, Flare Blitzes, along with Acrobatics, Dual Wing Beat, Sky Attack, and U-Turn for momentum. Talonflame is also capable of running more defensive sets with access to Roost, Will-O-Wisp, and
There's
the
just
ability
no way,
Flame
Kyle.
Body.
Hey, see.
Shout out to the legendary bird spam of Generation 6. With the 10th pick, I decided to get Mienshau's baby brother.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to let him use that on Wi-Fi because of the nickname. But I could be wrong. I hope you find it later.
Mienfoo.
I know you're not here, but you're.
Now,
I
you might
hear
think
you.
the Foo is a weak pick, but I assure you it is not. Its Reckless boosted high jump kicks pack a powerful punch, and it is a capable setup
okay, we'll
sweeper
bring
with
on-
Trailblaze and Swords Dance sets. The real value of the Foo lies in its ability Regenerator and its item Eviolite. The combination of a bulky Regenerator mon with a slow U-turn or Baton Pass to get into Latios or Excadrill really helps activate the threats on
That
this
did
team.
nothing.
The Foo is also our third and final Terra Captain. I decided to go with Terra Fighting for the sweeping potential, Terra Fairy to help
Well, you
bait
had to
in
be
steel
Terra Fighting
types
as
for
well.
Excadrill, or to come in on Dragons for Latios, and Terra Steel for general defensive utility.
So, like,
and with the
there's some people that will pick Pokemon and never bring them. Some may be in the chat actually right now as we speak. But Kyle is not them. Kyle will bring and put in work with whatever mon he wants. And let me tell you something. This Mienfoo is definitely coming to a game.
final pick in our draft, I selected a
I'll
Generation
have to
6
find it later.
staple that was widely regarded as the best sand setter of its time, Tyranitar, the top G-Tar. Unfortunately, in Generation 9, Tyranitar lost the move Pursuit, but it gained access to the moves Knockoff, Body Press, and even Loaded Dice Rock Blast. Tyranitar was really the Pokemon that unlocked another level to this team with Sand Rush
Is
on
it
both
top
Excadrill
G
and...
a reference to Andrew Tate? No. You can say the top G is the top gangster, like the top gang, like the top guy. Like he's the guy, the GOAT. I don't think it has anything to do with Andrew Tate. And even if it is, that's just coincidence. Legit. People say, bro, Andrew Tate ain't, oh, that's an old saying, bro. Love the SPL because I can blatantly copy the PDF for using it. Yeah. That's the top G, bro. Tyranitar was the GOAT. It existed way before him. Yeah, he's the one making the reference, not... And Kyle's making a reference to this.
Houndstone.
Yep.
This Pokemon has historically been one of the greatest Pokemon ever in the game, and I am looking forward to proving it is still elite
Yeah.
in Generation 9. I really hope you like this throwback team inspired by the OG Gen 6 meta back when Draft League first began. I really enjoyed making it, so please let me know in the comment section below who your favorite throwback member on the team is, and who your favorite OG Draft League player is. Thank you for subscribing and leaving a like on the video as well. I'll see you in week 1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow or care about that dude, so I don't know anything about it. That was a very good video. I like the style. I like the butt was really funny. Check out Kyle. I think Leo has a nice short video too. Let's watch his. Hopefully his music doesn't mess me up either. Put his ¿Qué pasa YouTube?
¿Qué pasa YouTube? AKA what's up YouTube? How's it going everybody? This is going to be our
the
draft
One Piece
analysis for Season 2 of the Shuckle Premier League. But before we get into that, I just want to quickly apologize for not having another upload between our final week match of SPL Season 1 and now. Long story short, we lost somebody at our job, so I've been having to cover Monday through Friday.
Oh, Leo's
our shifts and then having to take a day off.
Leo's like a nurse, right?
It's been going on for the past almost 2 months. Yeah, so just
it's an apology accepted.
Life. But we are back for Season 2. Big thanks to Joey pokeaimMD and Shuckleking 87
The One Piece is
inviting
real.
us back. Now, Season 1 did not go quite how we wanted it to go because that was my return back to Wi-Fi Draft League. But hopefully we've kind of shaken off the rust a little bit and we can do better in Season 2. And we also have an amazing stacked roster going into this season. So make sure to leave a like.
I know, Olivia.
Comment,
it's
let me know what
wild.
you think of our Draft League. And if you are excited for the season and you want to see how we do,
check out Leo's side as well. Here you go.
And show your support. So going into this
Doing
draft,
well,
we ended up getting pick number 6 out of 14. We are doing points in a snake style draft, so we're kind of more or less in the middle. But even at pick number 6, we were able to get a pretty
Leo's team is crazy.
Mon, and that is going to be Great Tusk, arguably a top 3 Mon in a draft league format, falling to us in pick number 6. This gives us an amazing
top spinner
form of hazard removal, which is very rare in a Gen 9 draft, as well as a solid setup Mon and off.
I like how he's hovering over Psyshock.
To our next pick, I only really got sniped of 1 Mon, I think, out of this entire draft, or when it came to something that I was planning for the draft, and that was Galar Slowking, which I honestly could have got here in pick number 2, but I figured that maybe I could risk it coming back to round number 3. So instead of Galar Slowking, we ended up getting
Slowking was definitely not coming back. He had to get Glowking.
It's a very interesting Pokemon in
if Leo wanted Glowking, he really had to get it. Sometimes that's a round Mon. Sometimes that's a round Mon, like round 1 Mon. Literally, I've seen people. The wheel always takes it.
This generation, because it really only
just because some people want to use the new Mons. Obviously,
or
Valiant and Dragapult are like first and second type of thing.
Its special attacks and its speed are
he got the bundle.
Amazing.
Poor Shady.
As long as we don't get very unlucky, this Mon should definitely be putting in a lot of work. Our next pick here, I was hoping was going to be Galar Slowking. Unfortunately, though, it did end up getting picked near the end of round 2. So I was debating on what essentially I wanted to get here, and I got a Mon that I really was not considering too much, but comparing it to what was available, it was the best Mon around, and that is going to be our Ogerpon Hearthflame, which is an interesting
only 12 of the coaches put up analysis. Hayden and Shady are not doing them for this because they're normal content, they don't want to mess it up, which I'm completely fine with.
Pokemon, because it can't.
I'm pretty sure in Hayden's week 1 he's going to talk about being in the draft league anyway, and Shady's going to do similar and break down his team there. So yeah,
item, but because of the item that it is holding, it does give it a 1 point.
I would rather them not get worse views for themselves. So I understand.
Boost on all of its offense. It also gives us access.
His team is insane so far.
With our Great Tusk, which could definitely come in handy. I was really debating on what I wanted to do. Unfortunately, our grass type is part fire, so I knew I would have a little bit of an issue trying to get a ground immunity or ground resist. Luckily, though, our next pick here solves a few of those.
Yeah, Uxie's fantastic for him too. It's such a
between either Uxie or Mesprit, and personally, I am a much bigger fan of Uxie because
it's such a Leo Pokemon
and greater speed, but having Healing Wish.
You know why he got these picks? Because your boy got Squawkabilly Swampert.
First 3 offensive Mons, which is amazing. This also gives us another solid Stealth Rocker and just really good supportive Mon. Now, for our next pick, this was a Mon I didn't initially really wanted to get. This was honestly a Mon I could have got like round 3 off of my front office. But the fact that it lasted this long around, I was really surprised about it, and that is going to be Zapdos.
I got sniped on this.
Now,
I wanted Zapdos, but I'm happy I got Thundurus.
My last draft league before I took my 2-year break. Unfortunately, though, it did lose access to Toxic, which is a little bit annoying, but it's still a Zapdos. It's still very, very
This team's
bulky.
insane so far.
Here, going on into round number 6.
I got sniped on this too.
I was really debating on what I wanted to get here. I knew I wanted a solid Fairy or a solid Steel type. Another
Oh, never mind. I got
option
snipped
was
on the next
also
one.
getting just solid hazard because I realized in season 1 we didn't have good hazard mon, so I
I'm watching
wanted
them all.
something solid here that could help us with our hazard.
I'm gonna try and
problem,
watch them all.
And I decided to go with Overquill as our round.
Dude, I wanted
6
this
pick
mon
here.
so
It gets
bad.
access to spikes, Hawk spikes, also Barb Barrage is a very
They gave it
amazing
pain split now.
stab move, even if we wanted to be creative. Now moving on to our next round pick, here is where I realized, all right, I at least need to get a sturdy fairy or steel type, and I decided to get that
The
into our
strongest.
season
Y'all hear that in the
1
background?
draft, and we ended up getting a Tinkaton. Now the cool thing about Tinkaton is that I kind of got a better understanding of how this Gen 9 Draft League metagame is. So hopefully Tinkaton here will be able to do a lot more than it did in season 1.
Overquill's so fire. I love Tinkaton too. I feel like he can literally tear at these two Pokemon, but the mons he chose to tear are really good.
Type that's very low cost that we could definitely get, but looking at everybody else's drafts at this point, I realized I could probably get a solid Terra Captain here and still kind of fill that little bit of a ground weakness. So I decided to get a solid Terra Captain here, and that is going to be our Cinccino, which is running Terra normal,
Fantastic
ground,
Terra
and
Cap.
Ghost. So this was interesting because this was not initially on my Terra Captains list, but after listening to my front office, I realized that it is a very scary Terra Captain. Terra normal boosts the power of Tail Slap with skill link. That's 5 Tail Slap.
He could just do
boosted by
Technician
Terra,
as well.
along with us giving
Plus loaded dice.
this mon a Ghost type move thanks to Terra Blast because we are Terra Ghost. Now, a big issue with Cinccino is that he can't really touch steel types, and thanks to Terra Ground, we more or less kind of deal with that. And also gives us another form of hazard removal and tidy up.
Yeah.
So speaking of
I like this
that
one a lot.
other ground immunity / check, this is also going to be our second Terra Captain, and that is going to be Appleton.
Love this mon, too.
It is still a very solid mon. It's got 3
Nobody played
amazing
Runiculus
abilities
now.
in Ripen, which you can't really see here. I apologize. Gluttony and Thick Fat and Terra Dragon, Fairy, and Steel, making this a very, very bulky mon. Some nice supportive moves as well. So I'm hoping that Appleton will be able to put in a lot of work here in Season 2. Now, moving on to our final pick. This was really interesting because around like round 8 or 9, I realized that this mon could honestly fall to us near the end of the draft, and I was really surprised
Make sure you check out
when
Leo as well.
it did, and that is going to be Manaphy.
Yeah, his final pick
Yes,
is
Manaphy.
insane.
Of all mons, Manaphy is typically around 1 or at least a round 3 pick, and the fact that it lasted to us here in our final pick is absolutely insane because Manaphy, even though its base stats are 100 across the board, it does have access to a lot of versatile.
So I know
sets
it was
and
between
MTD
this and
that we do
Primarina.
very well in Season 1. So hopefully it will be able to put in that amount of work or even more in Season 2 for us. So yeah, that is our final squad here for
I think Loaded
Season
Dice Technician
2
is best
of the
meat.
Shuckle Premier League. Hopefully this goes better than Season 1. Our Week 1 game goes up live next week on Sunday, so definitely check that out. We are taking on Hayden in our Week 1 match.
He
So
gets to
check
get
out
one of the
rest coaches
showstoppers.
in the season. Let me know what you think of our squad in the comments section below, and
I
make
love
sure
Leo's
to leave
team.
a like
It's
and
insane.
subscribe if you
He
want
has
to
10
follow
Pokemon,
us
but they're all
for
10
this
good
season of
Pokemon.
The SPL, I will be doing a much better job this season to respond to your guys' comments and to be more interactive. So make sure to follow me on Twitter if you guys would like to do so. Subscribe to me, subscribe to our roster for this season. Leave a like, leave a comment. And with that being said, I will see you all next week with our Week 1 match. So thank you all for watching. Later, everybody.
Did he just... He just played out the end of the song, Leo. Okay. Alright, let's see the next short one that we have. I think it's Drew. It is definitely Drew. Drew, one of my favorite captains too. Playback speed. I want to do the chest bump and like that. Also, please check out Drew as well. Here's his link. We're about to watch his.
Trainers, what is going on, baby? Drewby here, coach.
The taps are so funny.
Draft analysis of the SPL.
The chest taps are so freaking
It's my
great.
first pick right then and there, but we're gonna go with each pick, what I did, and what the team is overall, and the whole feng shui of the team, if you will, as we go through this video. But they just kick things off. You guys want to hear the nitty-gritty? You want to hear the team? We got Iron Boulder as our first pick. 1, for content. 2, for thumbnails. You gotta get the new DLC mod to the thumbnail, baby. And 3, I mean, 124 base speed. 120, I think it has 120 attack. This thing
His draft is so fire, too.
Strategy, potential to go plus attack, plus speed, plus whatever you want to do kind of thing with it. It's also pretty bulky. It's like 90, 80, 90-ish, like HP, defense, to depth. But, and its move pool is pretty damn good as well. The only thing I don't like, it's a little arrogant of me to say, but like, regular Terrakion gets Stealth Rocks, and I think Volt Switch possibly as well. This Terrakion does not. No rocks, no pivoting. If this mon had a move to pivot, I think it would be like an insane...
He's talking about Cobalion gets
There's
Volsters.
no
because
pivoting
Terrakion
from
definitely
bad
doesn't.
boy, but still, it's
What's the Dodo doing? It's bobbing his head.
So we got him ready to go. We love Iron Boulder in this house. We stand for anything. Of course, obviously, its signature thing is the rock attack. It's not. It can go through protect. That's not going to happen in singles 99 times out of 100. However, having a 95 base power attack or
Hayden,
stab,
people
rock
usually
attack,
use
sorry,
bots or
95
people
base
traded them to
rock
them.
Attack that is stab that cannot miss is actually massive. Because
But yeah.
no more Stone Edge missing, no more Rock Slide missing. I'm just going to smack somebody with a 95 base power rock attack that can stab boosted
That
from our boy
ignores
Gator,
protect,
and
yep.
He's on round 1 pick. Number 2.
God, this is the
best. So bad for so long.
This is the best mon in draft. I don't give a damn. This is literally the best mon in draft. I'll say it. This is the best mon. This is Kartana. Okay? This is Kartana. It literally becomes Kartana. It's just so freaking good, man. Such a the most scary mon. This is easily the scariest mon to prep for. In my opinion, this is the best mon. And if it's low, I'll grab this thing round 1 if I need to. It just snowballs so easily. It's so hard to stop. You just run protective pads too if you're worried about Zapdos. It's crazy.
Of all is just an insane freaking mon. And my boy Rob, he loves this mon, so it's gonna be Robert for the season, baby. We got Quack of all ready to go. Mon just insane. With the move Aqua Step and then the ability Moxie +1 attack +1 speed to kill it. It's actually insane. This mon has incredible utility. It's rapid spin. Its move pool is crazy.
It's so freaking good. It was the kill leader of SPL season 1.
Literally, and it can win games. You're breaking in late. You're gonna get his Moxie boosted sweep kind of thing going on. It's just an insane mon. I love it. Water fighting stabs and the move pool up the wazoo. You also get flip turn and U-turn to pivot. Like I said, it's gonna be a rapid spinner on our team to get rid of hazards. And Quack of all is just a phenomenal mon.
Literally.
Love it here. I'm excited to use it. I finally got my hands on it. We also saw last time, Envy kind of just absolutely obliterated me with this mon. Because if you bring this mon in at the right time, it's gonna put in the work, my friends. It could sweep. It could do so much.
Yeah, it was devotion.
Quack of all is awesome. We love him. We're gonna thrive with it. And that was round 2. Round 3 for the New York Marauders. Rillaboom.
Dude, I love his team
this
so
mon.
far.
I have such a bias for this mon because I love it in VGC. It's phenomenal in singles. And right now, I was gonna go for you know what? I always go Fairy Steel Dragon Core. Let me try to do a Water Fire Grass or Fire Water Grass Core here and get like a grass type here, a phenomenal mon. Having priority Grassy Glide and Grassy Terrain is just insane. Room could be a bulky Arrogance. I'm almost positive he gets Leech Seed. You know, he has U-turn, he has Knockoff, he has Woodhammer, he has Grassy Glide. He could be a tank. He could just be all out Choice Band DPS. Like this mon is just actually insane. I love him. Like I said, I got a big VGC bias. He also has Fake Out. You know, Fake Out definitely comes.
Gator jump scare.
But obviously, Grassy Glide is going to take precedent over that. But sometimes, you know what? We want to get that fake out. If the terrain is gone, he's been... Either way, it's another form of priority. Probably not going to use it, but it's something, you know, you can dabble with like a normal gem fake. I don't know. I'm just trying to, like, get some little nitty-gritty things here about our boy Rillaboom. But great mon. Obviously, the only downside of Rillaboom is that his EQs and his Stomping Tantrums... Not Stomping Tantrums, his EQs and Bulldozers, obviously...
Does it still learn high horsepower?
However,
Yeah, it does. It
does.
does.
The terrain. Sometimes we're not going to do that. That's like I was saying.
Ooh.
They have on the terrain for whatever reason it may be.
He's going to run in no terrain. Ooh.
Other than that, Rillaboom is pretty self-explanatory. Great mon, great.
Is Gator Bane? No, he's Killer Croc.
So many things. I love him. We love him.
From the Will Smith Suicide Squad.
Number 4. I wanted to get Screamtail. Why? Once again, right now, I wanted.
Can I just say, like, his team is so freaking good. I really think Drew, if you're listening, I really think you need to pick up. I really think you need to pick up a grounded poison type for your team. I think that's literally all your team needs. And once you get that, bro, I think you're going to be chilling. Like, your team is so good. Like, even Skuntank or something that's available, you know?
Like, good. Fairies start going really quick, and there's not many.
This mon's so annoying, too.
In the whole entire game, you know, you have your classic good ones. But then
nah, you can use any held items you want, as long as we didn't ban them. You can use multiple of the held item. We're not going to limit that.
This one, I get half Psychic, half Fairy, typing here. Screamtail's move pool is insane. It could be a Sweeper, because it has Calm On. I think it has freaking Bulk Up as well. You got a physical set, you got a special set. It has Stealth Rocks, it has Roar, it has Wish, it has Protect, obviously.
Hey, Calm On is scary.
It could be Arrogant, Self-Disable.
Hey, no worries.
This mon can do so many things. Another great booster energy mon here. So we have booster energy on our Iron Boulder. We have booster energy potential on Screamtail. And this mon just does so much for us. In terms of being
I wouldn't say get I don't like Pex. I like drop them more.
Rock user, our first Stealth Rock user. I'll make sure I got a decent poke that can get rocks up. And that's our Screamtail, baby. That's our fairy pick for right now. I'm excited to use this thing because it's like
I would double down on Darks and get like Skuntank. Literally.
HP defense and speed depth. It's
how many mons in the season that drop Fox Spikes?
Around that.
Maybe not too many.
It's gonna be like a support fairy for us who could also sweep when the time comes if it calls for the matchup calls for it. So that is our Screamtail, a beautiful mon in our round 4. But round 5, I think is where the team really rounds.
Gator did draft one. It's right here.
That's where we get our Heat Ran. Heat Ran round 5 is kind of nutty. He's straight cooking, beautiful mon here.
Alolan would be fire first team.
With Heat Ran.
Dude, look at Heat Ran Rillaboom Quackable was insane.
Rocket Scientist, the Rillaboom Heat Ran combo is insane. Rillaboom lowers EQ damage. and also eats all the attacks that Heatran is weak to, and then vice versa. Heatran eats anything Rillaboom is weak to for the most part. Pretty sure, yeah.
Just dodge the matchup.
You know, we eat all that up, and then, like I said, with the synergy between all three, then Quackable, Rillaboom, Heatran, great core. Now, the stealth.
That core's so nasty, bro.
Sweep. We could also go like a physical wall with flame bodies. And
Actually, it's such an
like,
insane
Heatran
team.
is insane, and then obviously he's weak to fighting, so Rillaboom's not cover fighting. But guess what? Scream times 4 resist fighting. And then Quackable.
Yeah, the Firewater Grass core is insane here.
Heatran really puts the team on the map. Gets the
because he also has Steel Fairy.
I think Heatran is going to be phenomenal for me. I'm excited to use it. The OG
Grass Terrain is actually so insane for his squad.
We love Heatran. He's our boy, and that is our round 5 pick.
I almost sniped Drew to get Heatran, but I didn't want to because I wanted the draft to go. Like, I literally knew he wanted Heatran, and I wanted Heatran too, but I was like, whatever.
Heatran, and it's going to work for us, hopefully, this lead. Then, I wanted to, now this is a redundant type, but I wanted to get a Dragon, and I wanted to get a new Pokemon, honestly, for our content, and I wanted, like a dragon. Now we also have like a pseudo kind of like fairy dragon steel plus fire water grass. So we got like a little bit of each core going on right now.
I love it.
So like I love this mon. It has regenerator. It's not that fast, but it has very good stat lines to be a regenerator mon. It's bulky. Yes, your times weak to ice and whatnot. Grass dragon isn't amazing typing wise. Weak to a few common things, especially in singles. But Hydreigon very unique.
Dude, this thing lives ice spinners and ice punches and ice beams. I think you'll be fine.
It could be a sweeper. It also gets that move simple beam, I think it's called, where it's like, you know what, we just did double damage.
Hey, but it would have been the third time with Heatran.
It could sweep, it could wall, it could be arrow.
I would have been okay with.
And that is why we went with the Hydreigon in round 6. I think Joey wanted that also, so I actually sniped him. He let me get the Heatran because he had the opportunity to get Heatran. But I said I'll be nice because he had my pick was it was like when I was sleeping or whatever, so he had to pick. You guys don't care. We're gonna move on.
He mentioned it too. I didn't realize.
7. Our first Terra Cap.
Dude, he's literally picking up. He's literally picking up like the best Pokemon from all around. He's picked up the best Pokemon from all the other drafts.
Can do.
Bro,
ground type on the team.
His Terra is so good.
Between Hydreigon, Heatran, and not really Heatran, but Hydreigon and Rillaboom, and then like we do like a bulky Scream Tail, get some special attacks there. But I want to.
Sandaconda was so crazy.
The Stealth Rock user, when it terrestrializes, we saw last season we got absolutely obliterated by this thing with a Rest Talk set with Shed Tail or Shed Skin.
He's like, I got smashed by Quavo, I got smashed by Sandaconda. They're mine.
Oh, now it's gone. You got a free heal for no reason. Not a guarantee go away, but you have a chance when you rest.
He's just collecting.
Go away because of the ability. It is a great move for it. It's sweepy as Coil, you know, it's a Coil mom.
It was out to see a monster. Mephisto made it a monster. Mav made it a monster. Maverick shooters, but yeah.
Great mon, obviously
Mephisto played with it.
Fairy playing because obviously Scream Tail's only fairy. That's all we gotta say about Sandaconda. And then for fighting immunity, we have Ghost.
Plus he has Coil plus high horsepower, right? So he doesn't have to worry about it.
Spin block. We can fire back with our own Stealth Rocks, our Coil, and just big damage in general EQs and whatnot being a bulky ground attack.
If you can't beat him, join him. Facts.
We're gonna get Thunderous.
I was so scared that he was gonna snipe mine.
This was originally going to be one of the fast Ledger type. I was gonna choose. I forgot what I was gonna choose.
Was it Raikou or
my Ledger type? It was. I don't know what it was. Then I realized, wait a minute. It was something that would have been the weaker ground. And yes, like I have Rillaboom there, but then I have Boulder, Heatran, and with this mon, what it be all weak to ground. So you know what? Let's not do that. Let's just be immune to ground. This is also our first Pokemon weak to hazards, by the way, which is like a massive W for me with my little brain over here. Because like, not a single Pokemon on this team is weak.
Hey, Bluckip, I'm glad you're checking it out, fam. It's so good.
Physical, this is gonna be special. It pivots with Volt Switch. And obviously,
I like Thunderous Therian more than Thunderous, just because it's better of a breaker. But I think for his team specifically, this is so much better.
And it's just phenomenal mon all around. It's gonna be a nice little super for us with one of the speed. And like I said, I can go physical and special.
That's Fire Lantern.
Much we got going on with our Thunderous or our round 8 pick. Now Terra Cap.
Can someone name everybody we watched so far for Shanley?
I can't terrestrialize. It's just a phenomenal mon all around. You know, I love him. I love him, especially with having getting it this late, having a Princeton and this being our first Pokemon with the hazards. I just really love this.
We watched all the short ones.
But you get the point. We move to round 9 and we get the Frostlass. Now, why do we go Frostlass? I wanted the Pokemon. I wanted the Ice type, and it also covers I need to go as well. So guess what? We got it both. I
love the spikes plus spin.
Frostlass is a stand.
It lets him run HO.
Only 80 base special attack. You're not hitting that hard. But he does this job really well with Curse Body.
Like, look at his team right now. Spikes lead this, offensive this, boost energy this, banded this, coil setup this, and then whatever, Thunderwave this. Like, his team already is made right here. Thank you, Fuma. I appreciate you. And Lantern as well, thank you.
T-Wave, it gets Destiny Bond, it gets Spikes, and another Bond that can hazard for me. I think it's great overall for us. 110 base speed, very fast mon. So we're a little slow between Heatran, Hydreigon, Sandaconda, Rillaboom, and Quackable. Pretty slow teams. So I want to get some fast boys here. Obviously, Boulder's 124, Scream Tail's 111.
High horsepower because of grassy terrain. EQ is weakened.
So this is 111 as well, and Force us is 110 because of speed, ground immunity, the spin block, and fighting immunity, spin blocker, hazard with spikes, I mean just Ice Beam, and Shadow Ball, great stab options right there. So that was a Frostlass. And then our final pick. Our boy. I love
Mabaustiff.
Mabaustiff is in the build.
So I love this one too. It was so fun to use in Mox versus Envy because they play week 1. Biggest issue he has with his team is literally no poison type. That's literally his biggest issue. Like, you can't even say he's weak to Ghost because Heatran is probably one of the best Ghost checks there are, right? It will literally eat everything. AV this will do it too. It's just legitimately the weakness to Toxic spikes.
Building a Terror Captain for us. Dark, Fairy, Ghost.
Who would I trade for a Grounded Poison? It's hard. He'd have to make a few changes just because of the amount of points he has left. But like, because like a Alolan Muck would be very expensive. I think a cheap one, like I said before, would be Skuntank. But then you kind of forgo them a Boss Stiff Terra route. So I don't know. He could do that though.
Dark is obvious. Fairy, because Fairy Stab is great for the backup Fairy Mount as well, because Maple is not that frail. He also has 85 speed, so he's prime for a Choice Scarf, or he's not that slow at all, and he's pretty bulky.
You could also pick up Goodra over Drapple and then get stunned or drop that.
He gets the ability.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna boost his mons that he needs to.
If you switch into Mastiff, you take double damage. So whenever Mastiff is staring down, they're going to most likely stay in unless they really resist the attack well on the switch in.
Leo doesn't have Talon Flame. He has Ogre
If
Palm.
if I'm going to like Stab Crunch, you know, switching into a Stab Crunch that's going to do double damage.
Maybe. Dragalge over that one could work, yeah.
So most of the time, this guy's going to come in, force the Mon to stay in, and then either try to deal with it or like, you know what, I just got to get out of here. Now I'm going to take double damage.
Yeah. My boss is such a good Mon. It's so strong too.
As an offensive threat, having Stake Out is actually insane, and then having
it's the best Stake Out Mon.
Also fighting for us.
It's like the only good one too.
And he gets Destiny Bomb. So like his move pool is pretty shallow. It's gonna be like one of the Fangs, Crunch, Parablast, and then your filler, which is gonna be like Destiny Bond or whatever attack gonna need. So honestly,
that was Kyle Apollo.
What's coming from this thing? For the most part, his move pool isn't the greatest, but having this option to like, yo, if you
it got cursed now too.
Ability, and then being like, yo, if you're gonna kill me, I can also Destiny Bond you, and then I'm gone, you're gone, and bada bing, bada boom, you know. So
bada bing, bada boom.
Also gives the Ghost Resist or. It gives the Ghost Resist, gives the Dark Resist as well. So we have any option for that. Not a single Pokemon team can deal with Ghost again. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get a Dark type here or something to deal with Ghost Pokemon and also as well. So we got that covered both in one Mon. Even if we Terra Fairy, we're still neutral to Ghost. Everything's Dark still. And that's our map.
Is there okay 1 point poison? Glimmet. Honestly, he should just pick up Glimmet. He has 1 point. Drew, if you're watching this, bro, just pick up Glimmet. Literally, you have 1 extra point. It's 1 point, and it just means they can't bring T-Spike versus you. I literally think he could get Glimmet. I think we left it at 1 point.
Two captains, him and Anaconda. I love this Mon. I think it's a great last pick for me. We have 1 point left. If I do any changes, I drop something, I got 1 extra point. I could have did one more Mon, but I said, you know what, let me just save that point in case one it literally happened to me last time I wanted to drop it. I was 1 point short of it. So because of that, I was going to keep that 1 point. If I drop somebody or make some changes, we have 1 extra point to do so. So that is my team for the season.
Redcar Stakeout sounds so fire.
If you're on the Team Marauders, watch that video. I hope I give you a good season. We play week 1 next week.
Drew's also so close to 5,000 subs, guys. So make sure you check him out, please.
MB, it's going to be a freaking doozy. I'll see you guys for that. Thanks for watching. Go Marauders, baby. We'll see you for the battles.
All right. Pokemon. Or Gator. Ooh. Wow, this is like yin yang. All right, let's watch. Look at this suit. Look at the hair. What a goat. For now, we'll put it at 1 point. I'll put it up more, but look at the intro.
Playmore is officially back for our second season.
And there's also Seabat. Like, I want to watch everybody.
And we are joining the second season of the Shuckleking Premier League. And this season is a special one. 14 legendary coaches have been assembled. I was someone that they thought about, but the New Orleans developers are well retired. I'm here to talk about the team and announce alongside my co-owner, Tyler. We have an incredible coach, the Beneral, who's back and hungry to win a title this time. And we're here to draft what should be a very special roster, a brand new roster, because from league to league,
I love Tyler's mic because it literally reminds me of announcers.
It's especially exciting considering the success that Playmore was able to have our first year hopping into the GBA. The Beneral makes a semifinals run, and then he goes off in the offseason, wins another Draft League championship. So when you combine those two, the suitors were all over the place. Our phones just would not stop ringing for the past couple of months of people wanting Playmore in their leagues. But, John, this was an opportunity that we just couldn't pass up.
You're absolutely right there, and as we entered this league, we were lucky enough to get the 4th overall pick, which is incredible, because in this draft, it is a snake-style draft. Once we pick first, it will go all the way down to pick number 14.
The music makes this video, too.
And they will pick again as it wraps around back to us. So
I love John.
Pick is the most important one. We have 120 total points.
Nice Christmas tree in January. Yeah, I got mine up too, bro.
Pokemon, so we have to be smart with our choices. I feel pretty good about this, but you know what? Enough of us
Us
talking.
Hispanics, that Christmas tree
what are you
staying
choosing
up.
first?
Good evening, Playmore fans. It is your coach, the Beneral, and I might not be wearing my normal coach attire. No, they made me put on this monkey suit because it's a formal draft. I'm not allowed to wear my normal hat and cool shades and be the cool guy I am. So I'm here to talk about our first overall draft pick for SPL Season 2. And you might have heard the rumblings of me deciding between 2 Pokemon. So ladies and gentlemen of the draft.
The points get raised. We actually, some did it. Yeah, we gave more. Can I just say, the super low quality, like, PNG of the mic stand is killing me. I freaking love, because this entire video is great, but the super low quality of the mic stand is actually killing me. I freaking love it.
For here today, I would like to announce that first overall, Playmore Esports is choosing Iron Valiant.
And there you have it, Iron Valiant as our very first pick. This is a Pokemon I am so excited to have on the team.
I'm Puerto Rican and Italian, my friend.
Banished to the owner's corner where I couldn't help.
Yeah, that's definitely a JPEG. You're right, that's a JPEG.
He was going between this, Garchomp. I didn't know what he'd pick in the end. I'm happy we got this. As Tyler, this is a Pokemon where every single coach we face is going to have to prepare for this Pokemon in a big way. Not only does it have a fantastic typing with Fairy and Fighting, but it also has stats that make it difficult to prep for. Is this going to be a physical attacker, a special attacker, a mixed Pokemon? Is it going to be a physical sweeper, a special sweeper? You have the Quark Drive, so you can use that booster energy to raise the attack, the special attack, the speed, depending on the investment. There is so much this thing can do in every single battle. It can be incredibly useful for us.
Yeah, just to speak to the value of it, the points assigned to Iron Valiant, the 19, that was the most that you could spend on anything. And there were only a handful of Pokemon that were assigned that amount. So it was obviously a hot commodity. I personally, John, love the overlap of going season to season with Roaring Moon and now Iron Valiant. The two main Paradox Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. And while they're somewhat similar, obviously the big thing that stands out with Iron Valiant, John, you're going to be able to speak on this better than I can. I've got this in my notes. It can be a physical attacker, it can be a special attacker, and it's a very rare breed of those where it's also got good speed to go along with the attack stats.
You're right on the money, Tyler. I really love
this mon is like
with your
a
first
true
pick,
special
I think you need
attacker.
to draft something that every other team is going to worry about and over prep for. Ben is an incredible coach. There's going to be many games where he devises a strategy.
Ben is really good. Please check out Playmore as well.
As we saw last season, Roaring Moon was MVP. If he has to lean on a Pokemon a little bit too much, this thing can get the job done. I absolutely love this. And from what we're seeing, Tyler, it seems like a certain Pokemon might not get drafted before a second pick. I was talking to the Veneral a lot in the draft war room before everything got started. It was Iron Valiant, Garchomp, Iron Valiant, Garchomp. Is there a chance? We got to throw it over to the Veneral.
What's happening? Do y'all just like want me to like take the trophy home now? Like, or you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna pick it and we're gonna move on. Yeah, Playmore Esports, round 2, our pick shall be Garchomp. Thank you. The other Pokemon I was deciding for round 1. I'll just take Iron Valiant and Garchomp.
Insane team.
How is this even possible, Tyler?
Great googly moogly.
Garchomp with the 4th overall pick. I may not be the
I'll try and watch as many as I can.
But it seems that this is not the 4th overall pick and Garchomp is on the squad.
This board, it's not a perfect board of mine, John, but I had Garchomp top 10. And here we are with our second pick. Late in the second round, because of the way it snakes back, we didn't get to pick 4th again in the second round. We fall backwards. And falling into our lap is Garchomp. I was distraught with Hisui and Samurott going
Great
back.
googly
I would love to have
moogly.
Hisui and Samurott back for another round, but to then have the realization that Garchomp was just sitting there. John, this has been an incredible competitive Pokemon for a long time, and it's not like that's changed. Garchomp.
I freaking love what Pokemon, obviously Tyler here too, are doing for draft. I really enjoy the I don't know if you guys watch their games, but the commentary style and everything, the way they're doing it, I really like it. It's cool. I personally want to commentate my games, but I like the more esports style. This is great.
Chomp is still incredible.
When I got into competitive Pokemon, this was a Pokemon band and everything that I was playing. It's been good from Gen 4 until now, and it keeps getting new tools to be even better. It's a pseudo-legendary, its stats are just incredible across the board, but not only is this a really good Pokemon on its own, when you pair it with a Fairy type, we already have that Fairy Dragon, just need the Steel for a core, which is incredible.
It really does, it feels like sports. It feels like sports, esports.
Big ice weakness, but Garchomp is a really reliable option on any team, and if I know the Veneral, I know this guy loves using this Pokemon, which is actually
his whole team is crazy.
The fact that we were able to give our incredible coach one of his favorite Pokemon in this format should absolutely put a little fear in the rest of the coaches. As this was supposed to be his first overall pick, he was going to sacrifice possibly a better Pokemon to get the thing he was most comfortable with.
And he got both.
We got the best of both worlds.
And he got both.
I love the speed tiers we have right now. We have the speedier option, of course, in Iron Valiant, but 102 is a really
his third pick is so good too. It sniped everybody.
Any of these is just fantastic. There's a lot we could say about Garchomp. A lot has been said about Garchomp for some time. What I'm very excited to see is what the 3rd overall pick is going to be, because we're right around the corner and back. This can be going better.
To complete the best Dragon Fairy Steel Core I have ever seen in Generation 9, Playmore Esports chooses Metagross.
Before I started working for John, I knew of one core in Pokemon, these trio of types that work so well together, fire, water, and grass. It's the starter Pokemon. I'd heard about that before, but it wasn't until I started working for this madman that I learned about the second trio, Dragon, Fairy, and Steel. And now, John, not only have we gotten what might have been our top 2 targets coming into the draft, we have secured that core with another Pokemon like Garchomp that is one of the most reliable, historic draft league Pokemon ever.
It's really exciting, Tyler. It's really easy to get 2 of the 3 for Fairy, Steel, Dragon, but you're not always able to secure
his
really great options.
I honestly think he has
anybody in draft league is trying to get this core, and in our last draft, it was a struggle to get the right Steel to complement. You know, we had some issues, a lot of 4x weaknesses. Metagross does not have any 4x weaknesses. This is a very hard Pokemon to
He has the best combination of Terra Captains as well.
Just a really reliable option. I love having this here. Another pseudo legendary, another Pokemon with with fantastic stats. And while the power creep has been pretty crazy in Pokemon as the generations go by, this is a Pokemon you can absolutely rely on. Now, the movesets are nothing insane. I don't feel like Metagross has gotten a ton of new tools, but that's completely okay.
Knockoff Heavy Slam Psychic things are good.
Comfortable with this trio, but they're going to work together in unison. And now we can really look to fill in a few of the holes this team has. And maybe, as you mentioned, think about that next core, that next trio of Pokemon.
After such an amazing start to the draft with our first monster trio, I'm opting to dive low into our first Terra Captain.
100% best play.
Playmore Esports chooses Hisui and Electrode.
100% great.
You shouldn't have Hisui and Electrode on the team.
So
Me
good.
and Ben may be
Such
two
a
of the only
freaking
people
good mon.
who like Electrode in Draft League. And
I freaking love it, bro.
There's something about 150 speed that can't be beaten. Speed at the end of the day is the most important thing when the battle gets to the
is so
end.
freaking good.
Sometimes if you can outspeed everything, you can win an Electrode. And we almost lost a battle to Hisui and Electrode for that very reason. I've wanted to try this Pokemon for some time. It's a lot cooler than regular Electrode, something that is actually worth drafting at this spot. And interestingly enough, Tyler, this is a Terra Captain. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, if you needed any more proof that at least 2/3 of this committee loves Hisui and Electrode, it's in the fact that it's in our first Terra Captain. We've mentioned these points that go into the draft picks multiple times. We only get 15 points to use for our Terra Captains, and we have to pick at least 2 of them. Hisui and Electrode, only 7 of those draft points is a great value here for one of our Terra Captains. It's
yeah,
we GBA last season. We get 3 types.
So they're actually really lucky because we lowered Hisui and Electrode. We had raised it after PPL, but we lowered it because last season it didn't feel anything broken, right? So we lowered it 1 point again, and that's the reason they were able to get this mon plus the other mon.
To assign. Grass was a pretty obvious one to go with. Ice and Fairy, the other 2 Terra types that we're going to go with our first Terra Captain.
And we also lowered Glass,
John,
I'm pretty sure,
got
too.
8 points to play with that other Terra Captain. Or Terra Captains. We can have up to 3, but we've only got those 15 points to use. We've got 8 more left.
We also lowered Glass just because we wanted people to draft it.
The designation,
but I think it's good as hell. I think it's one of the best.
Right you are, Tyler. Right you are. Now, one of the best offensive combinations is Electric and Ice. We have an Electric Pokemon.
Oh, for sure it is. They're definitely getting raised.
This Pokemon difficult to switch in. We got Garchomp on the team. You want to throw Garchomp in an Electrode? That's going to be a good option every day of the week. Obviously, the Grass typing here, it makes it a little bit better for Electrode versus Garchomp. But once you get that Terra Ice, Garchomp is out of there. And that's embarrassing.
So
I would like to
great.
embarrass some coaches with Hisui and Electrode, because come on, people have been looking down on this silly ball of energy for some time. But I'm pretty excited about it. A little interested to see this Pokemon so soon. A Pokemon that's only 7 points, but after having such an incredible start to the draft, it's time to get the right Pokemon.
No, it was. I think it's the right time to get it. It was not going to make it back.
How do we really build around the Pokemon we have? Time to toss it over to Ben and see what we do next.
For round 5, Playmore Esports will dive into some bulk with everyone's favorite Vaporeon.
One of my earliest Pokemon memories. I go back, and John, I've told you about how many times I played Leaf Green on my Game Boy Advance growing up. One of my favorite
the little
every time I would go face that Elite Four, I would bring an underleveled Vaporeon and those Onix that Bruno had for some reason. I would surf those things into the ground every single time. So to this day, my entire view of Vaporeon is totally warped of the fact that it would be half the level of those Onix and still 1-hit KO them. But I've come to learn from you and all the Wolfie VGC videos that I've watched over the years that this is actually a pretty viable competitive Pokemon.
John also loves this mon.
Multiple roles for a team.
No, absolutely. Just like I was talking about with Electrode, me and Ben love Electrode, and we love fast electric types more than anything, but we absolutely love and value a bulky water type. We've used a lot of them in the past, but Vaporeon is one of the best ones out there, and it recently got Flip Turn, a move I absolutely love using. It used to be Volt Turn, Volt Switch, and U-Turn, back and forth, gain some momentum. But to have something like Vaporeon with Flip Turn is a huge deal. Usually you send this thing in, it's got great special attack, so it's not like a wall you can set up on, but it could be limited in some situations. You can bring it in, and it's just taking hits over and over again. It's not really firing anything back, or they can bring in something that can really stop it in its tracks. But now that this thing can set up, get a Wish Off, Flip Turn,
they got some great Pokemon, and they got the great monsters to deal
all
with
these
too.
incredible things. This is going to be a really frustrating Pokemon for opponents to deal with, and it gives Ben some really necessary bulk, which is fantastic. Ben is a coach that really operates well with bulky offense, bulky Pokemon in general. He didn't really have that as much last season, and he absolutely dominated. So to see him with a Pokemon like this, I know he's going to do well. But Tyler, you brought up the cores, right? We just got a Grass type. We got a Water type. I'm pretty confident we're going to see a Fire type pretty soon, so you can place some bets. And let's see if it comes true with the next pick.
Ceruledge.
John, you said to place our bets, as you can clearly see. I put $500 on the line that we would complete this core and take a Fire type. And lo and behold, not just did we get a Fire type, but as we've been diving into this, we got an extremely powerful offensive fire.
It's always going to be Ben battling, and they're going to be doing the commentary for the videos. So he would never be... My boy's up.
Could win some matches by itself in the right situation.
Unlike Blunder in that
about
stream.
that, Tyler. You're not wrong. This is one of those Pokemon that makes me confident I made the right decision to retire and sit with you, commentate the battles. I don't know if I'm ready to go against the Ceruledge. I'm excited to have it on the team. I just hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Now, this Pokemon, it's a terrifying Pokemon.
Hey, Mogwai did not say no. He just didn't have the time. He wanted to. He almost joined.
It heals you as you set up and sweep is incredible. And the fact that we have an ability with weak armor that can allow us to get some speed boost while we set up a Swords Dance, that's terrifying. This Pokemon, it's not the bulkiest in the world, but it can definitely take a hit or two. Already having the Ghost typing gives us immunities on this Pokemon. It's a terrifying thing. And when you look at our squad, I mean, this is not the first thing you worry about when it comes up to setting up on you. You know, we got Iron Valiant for the setup sweeper on physical side, special side, mixed side. A lot of fear there. We complement this or that with this. Another scary setup Pokemon. That is fantastic. And just in general, this is a really good Pokemon. I could see this being more than just a setup Pokemon. There's a lot of different roles it can fit. I really like how this team is coming together. We do not need to rely on a Pokemon like this to fulfill one singular role. It can just be a scary weapon that we wield at the right moments. The cores are also complete, so we can just go crazy, man. I mean, what do you want?
The posters on both of them are so good. I agree.
That's all I could ever ask for. Of course, first of all, I have to
freaking
put it in the game.
poster is so funny.
But John, I've got to mention too before we throw it back to the Ben for next pick. I'm hearing he's about ready. Not just do we get that grass, water, and fire core set up here with the last 3 picks, we also between Vaporeon and Ceruledge, Flash Fire and Water Absorb, you negate 2 of those types in that core for opposing teams, and you've got great switches, 2 fantastic immunities to have. We've set up both the cores like you talked about, and the world I would like to think is ours, but as much input as we can give and as much as I can beg for Pokemon to put Darumaka into Scarlet and Violet, the world sits in the hands of a certain Mineral. So let's see what he does now with all this freedom he's got to draft.
For lucky round number 7, Playmore decides to dive more into their immunities and pick up another Court Drive Pokemon. We choose Iron Jugulis.
And there you have it, Iron Jugulis on the team, and I absolutely adore this pick. We have our core set in stone. Let's get some offense, and not just some offense, because the Pokemon that adds more immunities. As you just talked about, we've got the abilities to be immune to the fire moves, the water moves, but also a ghost type, multiple immunities built into that. This thing, ground immunity, wonderful. Psychic immunity, wonderful. But the immunities are not why you think of Iron Jugulis. It's just a small part of it. I mean, this thing is really freaking powerful. I love having another speedy Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon on this team just naturally going to be able to outspeed most other Pokemon on our opponent's teams. It makes it a lot more difficult to prep for our team, knowing that we will often be winning that speed war in general. And honestly, the only thing I do not love about this is how often we may need to rely on Hurricane.
Oh, I mean, I think they have a top 2 or top 1 draft in the entire season. I literally do.
But I have, went toe-to-toe with a Pokemon World Champion before, Tyler. I played quite well, but 3 Hurricane misses, and that was the end of me. And I'm having some flashbacks staring at this Mon. Make it okay, please.
Gator face is
the good news here
Uzi,
is that it can do so much else beyond having to be so reliant on a move that can so often miss. I was arguing before we started recording that one-hit KO move should be legalized in the league. Unfortunately, I don't think that petition is going to go through, although Hurricane practically falls into the same category of it's just a roll of the dice if it's going to hit or not. What I love about Iron Jugulis is that because the stats spread, the way that you look at it, you're always going to think that this is a very strong special Pokemon. It's always going to be special attacking. But with 86 defense and 80 special defense, it's not super bulky, but it's bulky enough with those immunities that you talked about, John, just to hang around.
It would be insane with Nasty Plot.
You can knock off and just be out there
and
be
so high tier
while still having enough offensive power, whether you put a booster energy on it, if you just put choice specs on it, let it go crazy with Hurricane, Dark Pulse, whatever else. This thing, again, it's a Pokemon in these last few
Nexus plays Playmore.
It can do multiple things while still being a super big threat on its own. And that's why I think, despite being drafted later on, it's right there with Ceruledge in terms of the point value. Ceruledge cost 14, Iron Jugulis was 13. These are 2 really good Pokemon to be getting back-to-back. Outside of your top 5 picks, I love these last 2 choices.
Every draft's going to be a little bit different, but I absolutely love
I agree. Their draft is insane.
So many high-point Pokemon. Obviously, you can get up to 12 on a team. The way we're going, it seems like we may just be trying to get 10. Iron Jugulis, a fantastic Pokemon. I would rather have this thing, this really powerful Pokemon, than 2 maybe solid Pokemon to take its spot, or to, take some points away from another pick. This thing may not be the #1 Pokemon all of our opponents are worried about, but it's absolutely going to be a problem in multiple games. And I just really love the fact that we get another reliable Pokemon to slap U-turn on, get some turn going. We got Flip Turn as well. A lot of momentum is fantastic. I'm excited to see what Ben does with these final picks as we really get towards the end of the draft.
For round 8, it's time we spin away those hazards with Cyclizar.
Last thing I mentioned was U-turn, and now we got a dragon that is going to be U-turning up a storm. Cyclizar, a very, very interesting Pokemon with its Regenerator ability and Shed Tail.
It's a mix, Furbus. Kartana is definitely a cut above most.
Tyler, they're going to be asking in the comments many times why we can go for Shed Tail, but it is banned, everybody. What is really exciting, though, Tyler, is that is
the best Terramon. I mean, if you could Terra Dragapult or Valiant, obviously, but the best Terramon, or Baxcalibur, but the best Terramon on low tier, I think, is Reverum. I would say Hisuian, Electrode, and Glastrier are 2nd and 3rd type of thing. But I'm from the capital.
is not the only reason this Pokemon is useful, and I actually think that even without Shed Tail, it's fantastic in draft. The fact that we have a Rapid Spinner is really, really nice. Not only a Rapid Spinner, one that you can rely on. It can take a few hits, it gets some health back every single time it switches back in, which is wonderful. And I really do like having a Pokemon like this that can just drop the Draco Meteor. You turn out.
Annihilate's pretty nasty with Terra too.
And
not
while
broken,
it's a Pokemon that's not going to be the most offensive, I feel like it could be the 6th Pokemon on a lot of teams that Ben builds and really fit that role perfectly.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that was needed here, and I think it might have been directly.
Cyclizar was such a great pick for them too.
Was just having a Rapid Spinner, because we've got multiple Pokemon on our team, whether it be a Garchomp, a Metagross, that are thought of as being more of powerful Pokemon, but they can be hazard setters as well. We really didn't have that hazard removal up to this point. Cyclizar presents that, and he's obviously very quick. It can come in. It helps with the speed that you talked about earlier. This was a team that early on was very fast, and it's not like it's gotten super slow, but this maintains the speed, and that's been a priority for this team. You like fast attacking Pokemon.
We're on solid. It has Flip Turn and Baton Pass, so it's solid. And Scald. It's definitely solid.
Like you said, being able to drop a Draco and
Shed Tail is not allowed.
Back in with Regenerator, it's going to have more health. It can stick around.
My boy said drop
it's not going to be a
Draco.
Pokemon that we see in the lineup week in, week out, but like the 3-4 weeks that we see Cyclizar utilized, it's going to have a very specific role, and it's going to play an impact in the matches.
Yeah, they have crazy speed tiers.
Everything you said there, Tyler. Spoken like someone who's been around for a few draft league seasons. You're learning quick. We're not going into all the details behind these picks. We'll let Ben talk a little bit more about the team overall once it is fully drafted. But hazards are incredibly important, especially in singles battles. Draft league battles, I mean, you can just win off of team matchup. You set up a bunch of hazards, your opponent has no way to remove them. That could just be it. And if you do not have, well, I mean, if you don't have a lot of different types of Pokemon, you could be in a tough spot. Draft league is super fun. The draft is so exciting, but you have to make sure you do a lot of different things. The cores are exciting, but hazards may be the most important thing at the end of the day. It's a little bit worrying, honestly, to just get this Rapid Spinner at this point, but the fact that it's Cyclizar, something so reliable in terms of speed, and then also survivability is really incredible. I don't know if it's the best option in all of draft league for Rapid Spin, but it's a really, really good one, and it's never a bad thing to have another dragon.
Definitely not the best, but it's a good lower tier one.
And normal typing here, immunity to Ghost, not the worst thing in the world, but
Shed Tail is not allowed.
This supporting pivot Mon that's just going to come in, soak up some hits, and spin away. Let's move on to something maybe a little bit more exciting.
For round 9, I'm
Honcho, 100%.
a fun
yes.
guy. Not too sus, but just right.
Among
Choose Amoonguss.
I might have lied about moving on to something more exciting. Amoonguss is more infuriating than exciting if you have ever battled this Pokemon. It's been the bane of a lot of people's existences in both singles and doubles, but it's a Pokemon that we just can't make go away. It's always going to be a useful Pokemon, and this is actually something that is going to be really, really interesting to see play out. You know, it's a Pokemon that can win you a game, stick around forever. It actually has okay-ish offenses, so it's not like you can set up on it every single time super easily, but it can actually turn into an anchor in some situations. The beauty of draft is you get to pick, you know, what 6 Pokemon you want to bring week in and week out, and make sure you have the right Pokemon
I think
for
the double
team.
regenerator
So
is
I'm
nice.
hopeful that this is never an anchor, but of all of the Pokemon drafted, this is definitely
Amoonguss definitely wasn't
the
that much,
most
like
susceptible
10,
to
11
being that
probably.
possible anchor, to being that squeaky wheel that is a little bit more on the defensive side. But it's
Last
Electro
is also
not really
banned,
known
yes.
for being super defensive. To get a more defensive grass-type Pokemon to go with that core, I really do like. And
Last
you know,
is banned.
it's hard for me to even talk about this Pokemon, Tyler, as I have seen it and played against it and used it for so many years competitively that it just feels like we're running out the same story over and over again.
Well, it feels like the exact same story of the role that Cyclizar in theory is going to play. It just has a better stat spread for what you laid out. A bulky Pokemon that can absorb hits. It's an annoying pivot that comes in, has a roll, and then it goes out. And when you fling it back in there with Regenerator, it's got more HP than it had before. For all it can do, it can put
because they're doing the commentary for it.
I think another thing that stands out, especially with the power creep that we've talked about in Pokemon as a whole, you got so many Pokemon that can look to set up and sweep you. Clear Smog could be key. It could, once or twice, there could be a point where we come in, something is set up, Clear Smog, wipe it off the board. Foul Play could also scare some people out of setting up too much on the physical side, because that then utilizes their physical stats. There's a lot of things that Amoonguss can do, but most of them happen to be annoying. But now with only 8 points left on the board, we're at a very...
Playmore is General Tar Heel, the guy who's doing the guy who's announcing the picks. But it is, like, the player for them will be him. But Pokemon is the owner of Playmore, and he does hosting with Tyler. So these two will be doing the commentary for their games throughout the season. And Ben will be playing the games. So they'll be doing this, ESPN style.
Pivotal time in this draft where we can go anywhere from 10.
But both him and Tar Heel are both very old in drafts, so it works really well
that
for
we
Legacy
can mess
League.
around with. Does Ben get a little dicey here? Does he put all 8 into one Pokemon? We still haven't seen a second Terra Captain pick for our team. We've got 8 points left to work with, conveniently enough, for that second Terra Captain. So let's go to the Ben roll and see. Does he use all those points on one last pick, or does he spread it out?
Well, he has to be pull around
With
Metagross
8
and
points
now his
remaining
last
going
point.
into round 10. Playmore opts to use the rest of their remaining points for their second Terra Captain
Hey, what up, Iceman?
and final pick of the draft for SPL Season 2. We will be taking the legendary horse, Glastrier.
I gotta be honest, Tyler,
Glastrier
I'm a
crazy.
bit astounded that with our final pick of the draft, because we don't have any more points.
It's gonna
we
be a
got Pokemon
post-com.
This good. Not only this
It's
good,
going to be
a
them
Terra
reacting
Captain,
to it. It's going to be them reacting to it. Plus, it's going to have mixtures of Ben's live com. So it'll be a nice little mix.
Other ice electric option, Glastrier. I don't know if I said that correct.
So they're literally going to be watching the game and giving commentary on it. As if, like, how commentators do.
But I don't care. The Ice Pony with incredible stats. I love using Pokemon like this. And an ability that's basically Moxie. Every time it knocks out an opposing Pokemon, its attack boosts from 145 to even higher with the Terra types we have on our second and final Terra Captain. Ice, Electric, and then Fairy. I mean, this is our last pick. But I'm telling you right now, Tyler, we may win a few games with this Pokemon. I really loved in my draft league days to draft Mudsdale with one of my last picks. It was a similar Pokemon. Incredibly slow, a bulky, physically offensive Pokemon, and it actually helped me out in a lot of battles. But it's impossible to compare those two Pokemon. Hey, they may both be, physically offensive ponies, but this thing is incredible. And I cannot get over the fact that with that Terra type, another
Literally,
Ice
Terra
electric
helps us so
offensive
much.
combination. Tyler, how did we end up with this
Freaking
with the
Bolt
final
Beam.
pick?
Ben's just got a knack for making the most out of these final picks and drafts. And this time, I think he's hit a home run. I love the
I agree,
comparisons
Carly.
you bring up, because anytime I played through Gen 7, I always got a Mudsdale. It was reliable, it's slow, but it could tank hits, and it could...
Hey,
dish out the
Glastrier
other
has
way.
nasty
Glastrier
stats,
takes
dude.
it up to
It's
another
only
level.
just the speed that
Consider it's
sucks.
practically got Moxie, like you talked about, with that high attack stat. You can run Swords Dance on it and rack up that attack even more. The only downside to a Pokemon like this, and it ends up being nullified a bit because it's got over 100 HP defense and special defense. Physically, it's incredibly defensive. It's not fast enough to where, with the Moxie, you would run a Choice Scarf with it to have the speed to go alongside it. But again, it's so bulky to where you don't really need the speed. And Ice is known as that Glass Cannon type. This is our Glass Cannon, quite literally. It's what I've seen a lot of videos about how they made the good offensive ice types slow and normally not bulky. Glastrier only has half of that. It's slow, but it's bulky enough to tank hits, and it can dish it out with the best of them. I love this.
I mean,
as
you
the
don't
last
get
pick.
chased
I
out
love
with
this
Terra.
as a second Terra Captain. Again,
Their team is
absolute home run.
insane.
I have no qualms with this one.
Definitely not the most important thing with this pick, but worth noting, our very, very fast team has 2 final picks with 30 speed. So if you want to try to beat us with Trick Room, you may get swept by Glastrier. And I don't really see a ton of Trick Room in draft
Bolt
league. I'm not
Beam,
super worried about
Fergus.
it. It's just
Let's
really
deal
nice
with the
when you
water
draft
types.
these teams, you're doing your
Bolt
best
Beam's
to
also
really assemble the
perfect.
right amount of Pokemon
Damn
to
near.
really cover all of your bases. And we only have 10 Pokemon. I think every team I've ever drafted has 11. So to be in this spot with only 10 Pokemon and to feel really good about the team, it's wonderful. And I'm sure there's going to be a few holes in the team that we eventually have exposed. But you know what? Right now, I feel like we got the best team in the league, and the very exciting.
Yeah,
thing we get to
legit,
hear
they
from the
do.
coach. And
It's
not
like-
just hear from
it's
the coach,
between
hear about
this-
those
it's
Pokemon,
like
but
the
Tyler,
1 and 2,
we get
you
to
know?
hear who the new Ubby is on the
Terra
team.
Captains are
Bubby,
Pokemon
the
allowed to
mascot
Terra.
of Playmore, one of the Pokemon we draft in each of these seasons.
Pokemon
must be
allowed
named
to
after Bubby the
terrestrialize.
Frog here. And you know what? Hey, if you want to support Playmore this season, the official sponsor of the team, play-more.store. Go there, check it out. New stuff coming soon.
With the conclusion of the draft, I will now be taking any questions.
Ben, I have a question. Why do your head so shiny?
You know what? Nope. Now that all your hands up.
Why is your head so shiny?
Draft, and then you can write whatever you want in the comment section about it. Thank you. Thank you. So, our first overall pick, Iron.
Why is your head so shiny is so freaking funny. Check out their video as well, please.
Valiant. Very poetic to go from Roaring Moon to Iron Valiant, and I'm very excited to use this thing. And not only was I deciding between Iron Valiant and Garchomp round 1, like you can tell, we got Garchomp round 2, baby. Oh, I'm just so excited for those two. Specifically, those two, they are the most versatile on the entire team. Their move pool.
I got a Billy, bro. I don't gotta get a Bubby.
And good speed, just good overall sweep.
No, there's more analysis.
They can just be breakers. They can
I'll probably try and watch one more before bed.
More so on Garchomp's side, but wow. Also, the spikes and stealth rocks that Garchomp's able to provide, or like Ruskin Rocky Helmet chip, that just help everything get in range by Iron Valiant. Chef's kiss. And for those of you that have never seen my channel previously or know much about me in Draft League, this is the 4th time I'm going to be drafting Garchomp. Of those 3 times I've drafted Garchomp previously, I went to finals in every league, and 2 of those 3, I grabbed a championship with it.
What a goat.
So I'm just saying, I'd like to continue the streak and go to finals with this team once again.
What a goat.
And to keep it going, we got Metagross, another stacked pseudo-legendary. Metagross, I know John misspoke, got a lot of new stuff in this generation with the new DLC and everything. Knockoff, Heavy Slam, Psychic Fangs. I mean, you might got some other stuff, but those are the main ones. And
no, I was starting to
so
be
good.
one.
I'm surprised I got around 3 because I know some people want to get it sooner. But that Dragon Board, fire. Another great stealth rocker to have for the team as well. I would say a more reliable form of priority with Bullet Punch rather than Vacuum Wave on Iron Valiant. Just a really solid physical breaker. Really just good steal overall. Has been for generations, and it literally only got better this generation. So I love to see that from Metagross. More than likely, I'm going to be able to bring that thing every week. More than likely, I'm going to be able to bring all 3 of those Pokemon every week, which is awesome. Literally. They're so good. Now, after getting those 3 amazing picks and going into round 4, I knew for a fact I wanted to go ahead and get one of the, I want to say stronger and like just one of the Terra captains that stood out to me. I've seen it do work before. I've wanted to use it since it came into Scarlet and Violet, and Hisuian Electrode is honestly perfect. Like, I get a really fast pivot, and that elite speed is huge. I love elite speed. It is something we've talked about so much on Playmore, but Hisuian Electrode can do it. I've obviously seen Joey's season where he used Terra Electrode, and it just did work. So we're Terra Grass, Terra Fairy, and Terra
call out.
Grass over Electric just because I thought it was a little bit more beneficial for like some of the opponents that we're going to be facing based off the teams.
I went Electric because
no brainer with
the
Electric.
same thing.
Coverage will forever be goated, and then Fairy is just the most spammable, and Fairy's just as good as Ice when you try and pair it with Electric, especially when Hisuian Electrode already has that Grass type coverage for those ground types. Very, very good Pokemon, and I'm happy to go ahead and pick that up early on. Honestly, pretty very soon for round 4 to be completely honest. But I wanted it. I was happy with my first 3, so I thought it was okay to pick that up a little bit sooner. Now I heard some talk about some Fire Water Grass.
Congratulations.
With my next 2, specifically with Orion. I just needed a good bulky water, mainly for Garchomp alone. Obviously that big 4 times weakness to Ice.
So does the PPL become the SPL? No, they're 2 different draft leagues. PPL is also still going on as well.
Type moves, and then Metagross also being pretty weak to fire and everything like that. Vaporeon just provides great support for those. Also getting Wish Patches into like Tank Garchomp or an AV or just bulky Metagross in general is very good.
Lucas, thank you so much. Appreciate the sub,
being one of the few water types with Scald is amazing. Haze to prevent setup. Vaporeon's been a go-to Pokemon for years. Shout out to my boy under the radar, Kelly, for always doing the most.
Yeah, to 1,000 again.
At the end of the day,
Let's go.
Convince me. It took a lot for me not to pick my Lodic here. I felt like Vaporeon was just better for the team and 2 points cheaper, so that honestly pulled it in for the long run. And then we have Ceruledge next, and honestly, the only reason I have Ceruledge on the team is because I wanted to use it. That thing is so cool.
What a blow.
And I think I'm going to make the most of it. I wanted a Ghost type since I had Garchomp Hazard support, and I always like trying to get a Ghost type in this current generation because Hazard removal is very limited, as you'll see with the rest of my team later on. But Ceruledge is just such a cool Pokemon. Bitterblade is insane. Poltergeist is insanely strong. Weak Armor is just a great ability to have with it, and another immunity and Flash Fire as well. Just a really good Pokemon there. I couldn't have asked for much more. And then next was Iron Jugulus. Just a Dark and Flying type I was basically looking for. Mandibuzz was way too expensive in this league in my opinion. It's a very good wall, gets Toxic, Defog, all that good stuff. Like Mandibuzz is one of the best walls in the game. I acknowledge that. But I was about to pay 15 points for a Dark and Flying type. I think it was 15. But Iron Jugulus fit the bill. Still getting a decent amount of bulk, but mainly just being a good.
It's going to be such a good season. I'm so hyped.
Huge. We still get knockoff.
He's definitely going to be a threat. He's a good player, and he has a great draft.
Which I don't think I get drafted more than I normally do, or around the same amount.
Who has the weakest team?
I can definitely make it work with this. Next
it's
up,
probably me.
A little mini regenerator core going on here. Our one and only Hazard Remover in Cyclozar. I think it's just one of the best options that was on the board. I do always prefer Rapid Spin over Defog, only because I like to keep my own hazards up and put on the pressure, as we know. So that's really beneficial there. And I get knockoff for any ghosts I do off the face. Just Regenerator Spin is
I play Playmore week 2. That's going to be fun.
They
the best team versus the worst team.
Band that was broken. Find that with Iron Valiant and Garchomp. Yeah, I would already have the title in my hands, to be very clear.
Damn.
But it's going to be a great Pokemon for sure. And you might be wondering, Ben, you've been talking so much. Where's the Bubby? Cyclozar is your new Bubby. He will be Bubby for Season 2 of the SPL.
Ooh.
I know people love Appleton. I love Appleton. Trust me. But I want to carry the torch for Bubby from season to season. Naming Appleton Bubby was my idea.
No, I actually don't believe my draft is the weakest. I actually think I'm a top 5 draft in the league, but nobody's ready to hear that. So I'm just going to continue saying I'm the weakest. So that way when I do make playoffs that nobody believes I will, I can say suck it to everybody who said we're not making playoffs this season.
In the first place, Bubby was...
I guess I'll show you guys the... I'll show you the picture. I'll show you the picture. This is my draft, right? Oh no. This is such a bad draft, right? Oh, Squawkabilly first. Oh, it's terrible. Wait a second. If you simply rearrange the order, this draft is fire. If you simply rearrange the order of my Pokemon, this draft is fire. what you perceive as bad, what's good. I'm just saying, team's gonna be fine. Also, Arboliva was a huge Arboliva was a huge deal.
Always the mascot. So we always want to get that Playmore going on the team. And my corny One Piece. So after we picked up Bubby, we picked up Amoonguss, the other little part of our little regen core. I need to get a grounded poison.
They literally only see Billy.
Just have another Poke option to pair with Vaporeon. Amoonguss does so well for that. So even though we already have a grass type, I don't think it really matters too much. Electro's offensive, it's not checking anything with its grass typing anyways. Great to just get a Spore off for the team, just be that bulky pivot. More than often, it forces prep as well as safety goggles to prevent Spore. I can still get off 100% accurate.
Like draft has no pathetic mons, Kaiba.
At the end of the day, Regenerator is a broken ability, and pairing that with Vaporeon Wishes, I feel like is huge. Not necessarily to wish up Amoonguss.
Anyway, we'll see. I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy season, because it's freaking not. I definitely do have a lot of work cut out for me, and a lot of mons will carry. I'm still doing Elestrals, but I'll have certain mons named by people. Like Bandito will be Swampert, sort of. I really feel Scizor was worth the points. Yeah, I think Scizor helps my draft a lot. I think it helps my draft a lot.
Just I can be very offensive and pivot out with both of these bulky Pokemon that I have, which is awesome. Lastly, Glastrier is something that I didn't really decide until like the last 2 rounds of the draft.
Not trade me.
I was looking for just the best
He would never get a bad
A
Pokemon.
lot of my front office is pushing me towards Dreadnought.
He'll do them all in his short alive, but he really wants to win.
But Glastrier stood out to me, man. Glastier's stats are insane, which is obvious. The thing that holds it back.
Yeah, I can trade anything I want.
But when I can get rid of that ice typing with Terra, specifically get Terra Electric, have Volt Beam
also,
coverage,
I think my main picks are actually good.
Hello? Why would I not want to do that? And also, since Iron Valiant is our only fairy type on the team, I think it's always important to have a bulky fairy option, and we did not have that. Terra Electric also does not count as bulky fairy. So, Glastrier with its amazing bulk between its...
Hey, Terra Electro is bulkier than you think, but that mon's bulkier than you think. Especially because you're going to be investing in HP most weeks. Trust, Ben. Trust.
Very fat HP defense, and then still having decent special defense. Yeah, that thing's going to be a great backup fairy type if I need to do 1 week. So I'm very happy. Personally, I think for the 2 Terra Captains alone on our team, we have the best Terra Captain combination, period. Other teams have pretty good ones. I think we have the best.
I agree.
And to be quite honest, our team is no doubt in the top 3 for best drafts of the entire SPL. There's a lot of threatening ones out there. There is a lot of threatening ones out there, but we did good. We did good. I didn't get Darkrai or Gouging Fire, but after that, I was not sniped at all. So that was perfect. I hope I didn't rant too much, but for those who really like to dive deep into the draft, I hope you enjoyed my little analysis on this.
That was good.
And I'm looking forward to going to week 1 with all you guys.
There's going to be a good season. I'm so hyped for this.
I'll see you guys in week 1 battle.
And there you have it, the Playmore squad for SPL Season 2. I'm so excited to be back. I've absolutely loved everything about Playmore. And
he says, did that say glass was horse?
It's amazing to be back with a second season, brand new league, new members of the team to get attached to. I know that was one of our favorite parts of getting to go along the journey, John, but the number one thing was getting to see the fan support that poured in for our first season last year in the GBA. We're so excited to see what happens this year, and John, the first match is right around the corner.
January 21st, week 1 of the SPL Season 2 will be uploaded on this channel. I hope you're excited. Circle the calendar. I can't wait.
We can run. We talked about how I can set up a Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw. I'm dropping huge.
Up. I was debating if because I was actually watching Seabads on my own. I think I want to watch Gators because I haven't watched his full one yet. We have Gator, Seabad, Nexus, and MV. Might finish after Gator, and then we might go back to Seabad next time. I want to watch Gators because Gators is so freaking funny. I'm gonna start at regular speed just for his little intro, and then I'm gonna put it on the 50 times. Yeah, look at Gator if you can see him. Let me put him in the better quality. Speak.
You have a problem. Absolute shit. What am I doing?
Can I turn up the brightness in his video?
I'm unironically uploading a YouTube video and it's not April 1st.
Good night, bud.
The world has gone to shit. This is how you know the world has gone to absolute shit. What am I doing? Uploading a video. I'm back.
Oh, he actually looks better on my second monitor than my first monitor.
Pokemon. In 2024. It's over. The apocalypse is upon us. The darkness has returned.
The darkness has
sucked
returned.
Back in that shadow realm of competitive Pokemon by none other than the biggest fraud in the Pokemon community, pokeaimMD. Great.
He owed me a favor. He owed me a favor.
Absolutely great. Fantastic.
Thank you, Stitch. Jeez.
Yeah, so I'm actually back for at least the next
later, DJ.
couple months. I forget how long this thing lasts.
You'll be here for 2 weeks unless you make the playoffs.
We're actually going to be in a draft league. So the SPL Season 2 has decided to do a retirement home arc where they got all the old people together and say, let's play Pokemon. So you got me, you got Chimpact, you got Shady, there's a bunch of old people. Well, I don't know about them, but I'm pushing 30. Well, I know Chimpact's pushing 50. We're all old. So maybe I'll get a couple wins because at least I'm fighting other old people and not people in their prime. I'm way past my prime. I'm retired. I got my chip. I have my ring. You know, APA Season 5 champion, by the way, is Gator. APA Season
it's
5
Gator. Champion. It's Season 5 champion, APA.
But, yeah, we're back. So, this is the unironic return of It's Gator for who knows how long. Doing who knows.
Choi's in his prime, though. Hey, I don't know, man. The Lakers are doing something. I'm feeling like LeBron. Shoot, 2 out of 3? That's not bad. And I played pretty decent in my tournament game the other day. My little mini one. Shoot. No, I just like draft.
It's 2024. Happy New Year's. Happy holidays. Something. Hope you all are hitting the gym and getting swole.
This is Gator, by the way.
And eating.
I'm going to tell you straight up, we're watching his game. We're 100%. Well, we got to watch the new people, right? Obviously. He did win with Mega T-Tar on APA Season 5. Correct. Mega T-Tar Whimsicott.
Healthy and find love and romance or whatever the hell you're looking for, a job or money, whatever people want nowadays. Just being happy, I guess. Being happy is overrated.
Jesus Christ, bro.
No, I'm kidding, it's not. But here we are.
Yep, he won with Tail and Whimsicott.
What am I supposed to, like? We're gonna do a draft analysis thing apparently. I guess I don't know if I'm gonna upload a video this April 1st then. So what is this, the like yearly update then?
Oh shoot! Wait, hold up. January, week 1, week 2. Yeah, he actually might not.
Here? I don't know.
I know you're gonna give us an update of your life in this one, bro.
I'm old. I don't know what to update you. I'm just old. I'm old and I'm not getting younger.
What did he draft? We'll see when he gets to
it. Low key.
He got Samurai.
Even though I'm pushing 30, I feel young. You know, I feel like I'm 18. Got a lot of youth left in me. I'm ready to tackle the big leagues. Let me get some dubs here.
I know, Alexis.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
I haven't played Pokemon in literally like 3 years. Like literally. So probably not. But whatever. Life stuff, not really. Like 2023 was a very relatively uneventful year. Like, there are a couple
This dude really took this as an update video, and we're watching it.
Stuffs, but overall, I don't feel like it was all that like crazy. You know, not much to call attention to. A lot of it's been working. I'm a full-blown salary man.
Is Gator okay?
Actually, not full-blown.
Oh, Gator's great. Gator's literally in his prime right now. Like IRL, he's doing fantastic. Like he turned off this light on purpose. You know, this is not because he can't afford light. He's doing great. Has a job. We're playing Fortnite all the time. He's playing all these other games. TFT. Man actually has a career. He's doing great.
Like at least I don't have to like wake up, put on my suit and tie, like commute to the office, like say Yoroshimasu Gashimasu to my boss every day or whatever, and overwork until like 8 p.m. and go home. Like I work from home and I'm a programmer. I just sit at my computer. I've been sitting at my computer for the past decade. I still do the same thing. I just do different stuff on my computer.
Yup.
Like before,
he still does the same crap. He still plays.
Watch anime. Now it's code and play video games.
Yeah, he doesn't watch
I don't
anime.
watch that much anime. I did not watch that much anime last year. Guys, I'm still a weeb. Come on, I live in Japan. Like I had to be a weeb to some extent, right? But I unfortunately, something had to get cut a little bit, and it was anime. Was it though? I still beat my meat to hentai like all the time. Like, was it really cut if I still watch hentai? Like, come on now.
Come on, bro. Shut the hell up.
But like anime wise, I actually didn't watch much anime last year. Like, well, I watched Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. I'm basically not me, by the way. Like, nice, honest salary man. You know,
you're not an me.
You get dragged back into this demon.
You're
world.
not. Don't disrespect him.
Which is a demon world. There's just a bunch of demons just swarming here.
Don't disrespect
I watched
him.
that. I watched Oshinoko and the new season of Demon Slayer.
I talked to Dan in person because we played Electros at his house. If he wanted to, you know, if he would ever play a Pokemon League, he said, nah, he's busy with his stuff, which I respected. I was like, all right, cool. And then we played Electros.
I unironically think that's all I watched.
But yeah, obviously Dan would have been. I hit up Dan. I hit up Steve.
That was the only new thing I watched.
I hit
I
up.
don't think I watched anything else.
Mogwai.
Like I started Spy Family because
a few of them wanted to.
Like, season 1 of Spy Family. I didn't finish. Was Record of Ragnarok the new season last year?
Was Gator doing in Japan? He works there. He lives there.
That was last year. Then I also watched that.
Is this really a draft analysis video? Don't worry. It becomes one, as you can see here. It actually becomes one 5 minutes.
That's not a lot of anime.
But we watching every single one. We got to watch them through.
Video games. By the way, Talos Principle 2 came out last year. Talos Principle 1
last night.
Talos Principle 2.
Last night we won 3 Fortnite games back to back though with the squad.
So if you like
puzzle games, how many subs for Cooking with Gator? How would that even be possible, huh?
I still play RNG.
I gotta go to Japan. You know, in order to do Cooking with Gator, I would need to be funded to go to Japan.
Yeah, I'm still a weeb deep down inside. All right, so I got the NHK poster in the back. Like, come on, guys, come on. Fellow weebs, don't abandon me. I did break the curse of 2D over 2D. If you watched the previous I'm Back video or one of them, I think I mentioned it or whatever. But like, yeah, who am I kidding? It's over. Who is this guy? Who is this guy on the screen right now? What an absolute fraud.
How many subs is that? A trip to Japan just for flight is what, 2,000? That's a lot of subs. Yeah. I talked to Steve and Mogwai. They both wanted to, but they didn't have the time. I'll be right back though. I gotta go say goodnight to the wifey. So talk to chat. I know most of y'all gonna leave, but give me a little bit. I will return. Just gonna put some music in the background. I'll make a note as well. BRB. Be right back. Bro, the weather the weather says it's freaking 6 degrees. It feels like 6 degrees right now. Oh my god. Can you just stop and warm up? Yo, holy. Alright, put the heat back on in the room right now. My boy's doing great. He does not play Pokemon, no. Thank you. I'm back. We're back. Let me see this. I need a Mace like you in my life. My editing is awful. I'll look at Sav and Mace talking. That's good. Taking a little break from Pixelmon for now, but we'll probably hop back on later in the year. Thank you, Elliot. I'm supposed to warm up for day here, but warm up I mean like 20. Yeah, literally 20 is going to be the warmest.
Jesus.
Let's get it.
Yeah, besides that, I mean, it's like relatively uneventful. You know, like just playing games, working. I did go to, I went to South Korea last year for the League of Legends World Championship.
You did?
That was pretty fun. I met a couple new people. The event itself, it was really fast. Like, they got absolutely washed, but it was an experience. I got to meet one of my online friends that I hadn't met before. It was overall a good experience. I just wish the games lasted longer and whatnot.
I mean,
and
fair, when you go, it makes sense.
But that's not the point of this video. Besides that, there's really nothing. Over the holidays, I did nothing. I basically played a bunch of video games. And now we're here. Playing Pokemon.
40s will be good. I just don't want my dog.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I just hope whatever happens, it's not terrible. It doesn't even need to be good. Just not.
Dude, his team's too good to, like, for him to lose. Like, he can just click what's in front of him for most of his Pokemon. Free editing softwares. Oh, you're still using Movie Maker? Damn, I have not used that in years. I actually pay for my editing softwares now, believe it or not. But back in the day, oof, I have not played League in a long time. Shitty's not going to upload his video. His is going to be in his week 1. But if anybody knows any free editing softwares that are good, please say them down below in the chat for Ren.
Terrible. But maybe, you know, squeeze in one win against, like, maybe an aging Chimpact or something like that.
An aging Chimpact is crazy.
I forget the rest of the people in the league, but I'm sure someone else is, like, retired or pushing 60 like me. So yeah. But okay, I think that's enough for life update stuff. I'm in the same place I've been in forever. Things are like chilling. We're chilling. Like, things are just moving at a steady pace. Life's just moving at a steady pace. Things are just living. We living out here. My Japanese is still garbage, by the way.
Capcom's garbage.
I feel like it's not as garbage as I think it is, because, like, a little bit of rant, not really rant, a little bit of side thing. Like, when I went to Korea, like, I felt lost, like, because I don't know any Korean. Like, I felt completely just absolutely lost.
You don't know Korean, bro?
But then, like, when I came back here, I was like, hey, I can actually communicate to some extent if I need something.
You say, hey.
Like, maybe not full sentences, but, like, I feel like my vocabulary is a lot bigger.
What up, Dustin?
It's like, I could probably speak Japanese at, like, a kindergarten level. I'm not saying that's good, but, like, I
kindergarten level's not bad.
Or, like, read a sign. No, I mean, I can definitely read hiragana, katakana, and some level of kanji, like maybe 100 or so. I don't know how many, but yeah, I don't. It's not like I'm taking Japanese lessons, but you get my point. Japan is my home. All right, born and raised in Japan. Yeah.
So, he's not born and raised in Japan. He's a Florida man.
I've been recording for about 10 minutes, so I'll spare you from the ranting, even though it's my fucking channel. So if I want to rant, I'll rant for literally an hour and do 5-minute draft analysis because I'm allowed to do that. This is my damn channel. I kind of miss this a tiny bit. Like, I'm just like doing this, whatever this is. Yeah, I mean, hey, this YouTube channel it still is like kind of my home, you know. So whoever's still out there, like, no, I'm back. Kind of, I don't know. We back for now. I brought the milk. All right, how are we gonna do this? Y'all want me to see my face? I mean, can you even see my face? I don't know if you can see. If you say you can't see my face, that's racist. I mean, I can't see my face. So we're just gonna do this nice and old fashioned because I don't feel like editing anything. Well, also don't know how to edit anything. Like, I don't even have Premiere on this computer. Oh, that was probably one of the biggest events of last year. One of the biggest is that my drive broke. Like, my SSD just, like, stopped working, and I'm, like, scared because I'm an idiot and I didn't, like, have backups or anything. I'm like scared to take it somewhere. I know it's gonna cost thousands of dollars to recover the data if I want, which I don't know if there's anything worth recovering. I mean, like, there's stuff that's definitely worth recovering.
Bro, when he came back, I felt so bad. He freaking lost everything. When he lost, I felt so bad because he didn't even want to game or do anything for days. Oh yeah, at least Premiere Pro. It's not like new user friendly, but once you learn how to use it, it's fine.
Not the hentai, calm down. But there's stuff. It's just like, I'll do it if I need it. Maybe I don't know if I might need it. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Who knows?
I do it.
But anyway, Okay, I'm just gonna do this. This is what we're gonna do. So goodbye to me. We're gonna draft analysis. I'm just on Small Gun. I'm just gonna show you the Pokemon, and then like there's some SPL like graphics guy who made some images and whatnot.
Shout out to CB
but, like,
Marcus.
I don't want to edit, so we're just gonna do this, and then there's one big image that has all of them.
It's crazy that if he's using OBS to record, he doesn't have to edit.
SPL Season 2.
Oh, he lost
Retirement homework.
his whole thing. All his
what did this
memory
old
was
fart
gone.
pick and why? First pick. Here you know. We're just gonna meme it up. Man's fine. I actually did not pick this, so I'm just gonna spoil right now. I did not pick this thing. It's not on my team.
He says too expensive.
Period. It's just not on my team. For some reason, whoever tiers the tiering council or whatever, the tiering committee of SPL was like, guys, his Gator is back. This man's a threat. Let's make sure Mamoswine is worth like 100 points, so he can't take it. Because we're scared. We're really quaking in our boots over here of what his Gator can do with this powerful behemoth. So I just couldn't take it. It was just way too many damn points. It was way too many points. It does all the same stuff as it looks like previously, right? Like, what is this?
Loaded dice.
Whoever wrote this needs to be fired from Small Gun. Fire them. Oh, this person knows. Whoever wrote this, give them a raise. What is this? Oh, yeah, okay. But I mean, it's still the same stuff, it's just 2 points. So we just didn't take it.
What's good, Steel?
Not this season. Mamoswine is officially.
How you doing, bud?
And not coming back. Just full on retired. Let the big guys rest. She needs some rest. She can work before. So we first picked this thing. I can't even spell it, so that's how you know this season's gonna be awful. Gold and go. Why? Because its ability good as gold. That's my nickname in Japan. They call me good as gold sama. But no, actually, like it just has a bunch of special attack. So hopefully I can just click this and do a bunch of damage. Because that's what you want to do, is just a bunch of damage. We're not trying to think. We're not trying to get fancy. We're just trying to click. Because the faster we click, the faster the game's over, the faster the season's over, the faster I can go back to doing whatever the hell I was doing and disappear off the area again. I don't know, maybe I'll stay around, who knows? One way to find out. Guess next plot. Already has a lot of special attack, but like, sure. Well, I'm assuming this is a lot of special attack in this generation. Like this to me looks, maybe that's my boomer talking, but this looks like a lot of special attack. I guess this move, which is 120 base power, it's like Draco Meteor. I feel like I don't need to explain this because y'all are the ones that play the game, and I'm basically explaining it to myself. But I'll explain it anyway. Yeah, very strong steel move, basically steel Draco Meteor, kind of, but lower special attack by 1 instead. Shadow Ball is reliable, quick recovery, which is nice when you has like decent bulk, but like with this typing, the bulk is like more because it resists basically the entire game of Pokemon. So
Gator told me the way he drafted, the way he like is building, he's just.
And then yeah, it just gets other random coverage.
It was all like smoke on stuff.
So you don't have to, if you're watching this and I play you, you don't have to worry about me. I'm not clicking this. No one's clicking Focus Blast unless I've lost my mind, which is a good chance I actually might lose my mind by playing competitive Pokemon. So never mind. I take back what I said. And it has other random nasty stuff. It gets Trick. It gets I think it's Thunder Wave. It gets Thunder Wave. But like the main thing is like it can't be statused, and this also includes like defog. So like you can't remove hazards because it's those types. You can't wrap spin, and yeah, you can't defog from it because you can't get stats. Stay hydrated.
He really does get the smoke on special team. Legit.
I'm just gonna click attacks and these scumbags click Thunder Wave maybe. I don't know. It just looks like it's a new Pokemon. I also picked just random new Pokemon just because they're new Pokemon. I picked a couple of escape staples, but I also just picked new Pokemon. Alright, next. Hisui Samurott. So the only reason I picked this, well, besides that's new, is this move, Ceaseless Edge. Like, why do you have an attacking move that lays down spikes? It sounds so stupid.
It is stupid.
Spikes?
It's so freaking good.
And attack? And it's actually like high base power because of sharpness is something like actual damage. So if I'm gonna pick Golden Go, which they can't wrap spin, they can't defog, and can't status or whatever, blah blah, then I have this, so I just have spikes and attack. I want attack, and actually has good attack. Enough. Good. His stats are actually not that good. Like,
his stats are fine.
I mean, they're whatever. They're just random stats. Is it the same as Samurott? Is it the exact same? Close. It's actually not.
No, it's better.
Whatever.
Stronger.
But it just has this move, and then it just has. Actually, I don't think I care about anything else.
I mean, that's true. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's literally all you need.
Like, I mean, like, I guess it gets this, and yeah.
Hey, much love, Mike.
Like, would I really want to play knockoff instead of set up spikes? Maybe.
We're just watching the draft analysis.
I guess a couple of disruption stuff on Encore. It does stuff. It's gonna do some damage and provide some utility, and do some more damage and provide less utility.
It got flip turn as well. Yep.
Sounds good to me. Not much to say there, I think, besides that. As you can see, my analysis is quite limited. What is happening on my screen right now? Oh, never mind. Next. I'm a Don fan. So why did I third pick this? Just to make sure, I just wanted to hard confirm that I would not pick Mamoswine. So by picking this, I'd actually still pick Mamoswine with this. Like, why not double up on ground type that's strong? But like, I was hoping this would make sure I don't pick Mamoswine because they overpriced that thing all hell and back. Why are you scaring me? What did I do? It does this. This is basically all it does. It sets up stealth rocks. It can spin stealth rocks. It attacks. It's strong. It has actually a lot of attacks, so it has good coverage for stuff. And
okay,
yeah.
green.
Oh, this like boost speed now or something too, which is interesting. And it's 50 base power. Sure.
I didn't even know.
I mean, Dolphin's been doing the same thing. Dolphin's been doing.
Bro, it's like, been so long since I've looked at the Smogon analysis. I didn't even know when you click over them, when you hover over it, a pop-up comes out that tells you what it is. That's the technology. Bro, I used to literally edit and quality check these. I used to quality check all these posts, edit them, put in the code.
Like every generation. I don't think it needs more explanation. Like, what was it doing in Gold and Silver?
On Smogon.
Great. It was literally clicking Earthquake and Rapid Spin and Gold and Silver. So like, if you don't know what Don Fan does now, then you just don't play Pokemon. It literally does the same thing. 4, 5, 6, 7, it's been 8 generations. It does the same damn thing. all reliable. Great.
Everyone's Kevin. We've been going through everyone so far. There's 3 left. We might end it after this just because it's a little late, and I'll come back another time.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot of I don't know what the hell this Pokemon does or what's about to happen, and this can just be a stopgap, like just a emergency stop it from doing that thing at times because it gets Encore, Switcheroo, Taunt, Memento, like just Stun Spore, like just a whole bunch of just random garbage to make them not do what they want to do, and hopefully I don't get 6-0'd, maybe I get 5-0'd instead. That'd be nice. I think it doesn't get knockoff anymore. It looks like it still gets U-turn and whatnot. It's a Whimsicott. I've used it. It's something I'm familiar with using, comfortable using, blah blah. The only uncomfortable part is it's a terrestrialized. Did I say that right? I feel like I said that right. Terrestrialized captain.
Terra Captain.
Terra Captain.
Yep.
So like, I can make it into pure fairy, so it does more damage, or I can make it into a fire. So we have to pick 3 things we can Terra it into. So I picked fairy, fire, and ground. And then like with Terra Blast, I can hit steel types, for example, because I have fire and ground options and whatnot. Yeah, cool stuff there. New mechanic, awesome. But am I gonna do that? Who knows? I mean, it's mainly. I mean, like, yeah, just it's.
Dude, Been being the GOAT literally from the beginning, just doing everything.
It can damage because I can now Terra it.
Actually, crazy.
Next.
I don't think any other Mon has done what they did the same way forever.
Iron Mothington. This is strong. This has to be strong. There's no way 140 special attack is weak, right? This is like what wannabe Volcarona. This is a bit like I've drafted Heatran how many times? This is basically Heatran. It's actually not because like Heatran has a bunch of utility, but I mean, and it's, like, this just does damage. It's just as strong as Heatran, a lot faster. But we lose on a little bit of utility. And it still has some utility, but it's definitely not as bulky. Like it's not gonna resist as much stuff. It has a good amount of resistance actually, but like this defense is pitiful. And its ability is, I mean, it's definitely more offensive oriented Pokemon. But like, yeah, it just does damage. And I like that, like the moves that it's clicking, like we're not gonna miss.
He's right.
There's only
He's
upside to these,
damn
nice,
right.
You know, like Fire Dance, the move. It does get a couple things like Toxic Spikes and Toxic. Apparently, a lot of Pokemon lost Toxic for whatever reason. So
guess Morning Sun too.
Toxic. Am I clicking Toxic with 140 special attack? I maybe. I don't know. It has options.
Hey, he did it with Heatran. Why not?
Yeah, Toxic Spikes, maybe. Yeah. I guess it gets healing. Is this 50%? So, whatever. We're doing damage with this thing.
That's
so
my
whatever
goat
else it does, I don't think I care. Maybe I'll care, but I feel like I won't care.
Was that the Zero
next,
Aura one?
Like Dunsparce, the Dunsparce. So unfortunately, Pikumuku is not in this game. I don't know why it's not in this generation. It's just not here. I would have insta picked that. I love Pikumuku. I have a Pikumuku plushie. I dream about Pikumuku. Actually, I dreamt about Chansey, but that was a long time ago. Me and Chansey, we're not. No one thinks about Chansey like that anymore. But I did have a dream about Chansey where she was my wife. It was
What the hell is wrong with this guy?
But anyway, the Dunsparce here. Like it's just slow and fat and can do a lot of different things and it's Pikumuku-esque. I wanted something like Pikumuku. It's kind of like Pikumuku a little bit, like just blob. And then it gets Tom Pass. Unfortunately, it gets a bunch of attacks, so it's not Pikumuku. But like, it gets Stealth Rock, I think. Yeah, like, it gets Stealth Rock. It can set up.
It's such a good
Mon. On mine, has setup options. It gets Glare, which is everyone's favorite move. Like, it can do. And it gets healing. Like, it can just do a bunch of different things.
Savion.
So I feel like there's like a nice. You just throw it in. You can just fill in. Like, you need to be Stealth Rocks. You need Stealth Rocks on team. You can put Stealth Rocks on it. You need some setup stuff. Boom. You want to just spread around. Status to be annoying. Boom. It just does stuff. It probably doesn't do anything fantastic because that means in PU. But it probably does a bunch of stuff very mediocre. Very, you know. So
it's so versatile.
Whatever. It's going to work. It's going to be fantastic. I have full faith in this Pokemon. We're going to be big Dunsparce fans for sure. Surely.
Nah, it doesn't. He wants the Toxic.
Okay, that's why I don't remember because I picked the shitter. It's not shitter. So I picked Haunter. I've always been. I'm not gonna say I've always been a Haunter fan, but I never thought Haunter was a bad Pokemon. Like, yeah, Gengar exists, but like, for what Gengar does, Haunter does that at a lesser clip, but it still does it like pretty damn well. Like 95 speed, 115 total attack versus 110, 130. Big whoop. And this thing actually has Levitate. Gengar doesn't even have Levitate.
I love this pick. With Terra Ghost, it's so good.
2 or 3 points. So like I picked this and I save a lot of points, and like I picked an extremely hard hitting Ghost type in Golden Go, and extremely hard hitting Poison type in Iron Moth. So like just having a Pokemon that can like pressure the same type of mons and whatever, just double up, you know. And it's cheap, and I can Terra it. So I just gave it Terra Ghost, Poison, and Fighting because, dude, I'm telling you, no one is trying to click this. If I bring Terra Fighting Haunter, it's not gonna have Focus Blast. It's going to have Terra Blast. No one's trying to click this garbage.
I'm gonna run them calcs if I play.
There shouldn't be a single set that has this move. 70% accuracy. That's a lie. It's like 30 at best. So it's just another random Pokemon that can do some damage.
Damn green.
That's about it. It just clicks buttons, right? Like it does have utility options, which is also nice. Like not Whimsicott level. I mean, like it gets Encore. I mean, because Whimsicott's Prince, so like it gets Encore. Like, you can taunt. It gets Toxic Spikes actually. Mental. Like it's a Ghost type, right? Ghost types usually get something like garbage like this. It can help team. I can see helping. I can see doing nothing, but I can also see helping. Next, picked Belly. I love this. If anything, this is gonna be Pikumuku. No, this has to be Pikumuku. I don't know. Mr. Belly.
I didn't even know
he's
that.
Big chunker. He's a chunky boy. He's gonna do some stuff. He'll do some stuff for the team. He'll do some stuff. He has nice pivoting. He can soak. He's toxic. He has healing with this as well. He has a couple good abilities. He can actually do damage. Like 103 special attack is usable. And with this, it gets a boost. Nice boost. Or we can just paralyze everything with static. And it gets some water moves. I wish I got Scald, but Muddy Water, I mean, I guess we'll take it.
Man, I wish you got skull.
Water. Can you even click this? I don't know.
Don't ever click
Mud
that.
Slap. Can I use Mud Slap? Is Mud Slap banned? Like, what if I'm on ground coverage on my belly bolt, but I don't want to use Mud Shot because it's not 100% accurate? Can I use Mud Slap?
I think it might be banned.
But it just gets stuff. Like, it gets screens. It can pivot. It's just easy. You know, he's chilling. He's chilling. So we're naming all our Pokemon after the time I was reincarnated as slime. We got belly bolt. So this is Rimuru.
That's a perfect nickname.
A lot of these names don't fit, like the nicknames, but whatever. At belly bolt, we're going with slime.
At least it's Rimuru.
Who cares about anything else on the team? Whatever their nickname.
It's a great nickname.
Yeah. So, nice
Facts.
Next, another Gator classic. Keldeo. Used this in the WBE and the APA during. It was that league where we drafted like 5 times, but I drafted it sometime in APA. It kind of does. Actually, doesn't do the same stuff, to be honest. Like, it learns Vacuum Wave now, so actually has priority, and it has Flip Turn, which is like U-turn for Water type, but it can't Scald anymore.
He's in 1.75.
You just Scald it,
yeah.
or Toxic it, and then it can't beat it anymore because it takes too much damage. But now you can't do that. Like, you have to click Surf. You're not Toxic.
It's Pain
I guess
Split
in
too.
exchange for that, I got priority, and it can pivot now. So
it got Pain Split too.
I don't know if Keldeo got better or worse. As a boomer in me, I feel like this is worse because I'd rather click Scald and just Toxic the check than leave and have a bit of priority. But we shall see. But I mean, like, it's still bulky, it's still strong, it's still fast, it just has good stats. It's pony. We like Keldeo. Welcome back.
I like his next pick a
I've not
lot.
drafted this thing, but I've used it in plenty of Showdown Live because you don't have to think. This is the definition of don't think and just click. But boy, Staraptor, we're just gonna quick buttons with this.
It's so small.
If I run Intimidate Staraptor, you're allowed to come slap me. You can come find me in Japan. I'll give you permission to backhand me. Like, we're playing Rex. Braver, double edge, 5 million damage. If Staraptor's on the field, someone's dying
boost is crazy.
Whether it's that Pokemon or the Staraptor, I don't care.
Put that board of choice
It's
there.
a bunch of recoil. Yeah, it's just meant to do damage. That's all it does. It does damage. Decent speed tier. Just
I think it's cool,
damage.
Josh.
Staraptor. That's all it's ever done is damage.
Jacoby, nobody drafted Torkoal. They drafted Ninetales.
So, yeah. And last, I picked this thing. This is new to me. I've never used this before. Zarude. Just like the stats. I don't know. Like, I had a lot of points left because I picked random stuff like Haunter like super early. So I just had a lot of points left. So I just picked this thingy. I don't know. I just wanted something that attacked. And this thing just has like a lot of stats to attack with. Like,
it's a good grass killer.
Stats. I don't know.
I mean, good water killer.
Like, it has enough stats to take a hit. It has enough stats to deal damage. It has enough stats to outspeed stuff. It just has stats. And it gets good moves too. Like U-turn. It gets knockoff. Like, I checked. It gets the same crunch on all these stats, but like, it does get knockoff. It gets healing. Like, the jungle healing move also like cures will like remove the status, but also gets synthesis. Like, a Swords Dance, it can set up. Like, it can pivot. It gets knockoff. Like, it just has good moves and good stats. I don't know. Like, bulk up, I think. Yeah, it gets random stuff like Encore and Taunt as well. Like, it can do stuff. So, yeah. It gets fighting moves. Yeah. So, you just pick a monkey boy, wherever this is. Yeah. So that's our team. Looks like my analysis, because as you can see, I have no idea what I'm talking about. But like,
I mean, Gator literally has not played Pokemon. This is his first time playing Pokemon in forever. So, it's really exciting to see how he plays. And he plays Uzi week 1 as well.
happy Pokemon.
I believe runner-up from last season.
Like, what in the hell type of logic is that? Every Pokemon has stats. So, should be a fantastic season. Great. I'm going to be working overtime. For what? No, I don't want to work overtime. Yeah, this is an image that the SPL artist guy made, so thanks for that. I didn't mention Terra. Yeah, Belly Bolt can Terra. And so can Haunter. So, Haunter can Terra into either of his stabs or fighting, and Belly Bolt can Terra into electric, water, or flying. I picked water because it just has water moves and take on ground types better. Flying, same reason, just can take on ground types better. I don't know. Did I even say Wintercott? I don't know. Wintercott, Fairy, Fire, Ground. Fairy Ground, just take on steel types better. I just like picked whatever like would normally. Like, I don't know exactly the full extent of how to abuse this mechanic. I just picked whatever would switch in.
I think that's very smart.
And like maybe deal with it. Like if a ground type comes in on Belly Bolt or a steel type comes in on Wintercott, I don't know. And then Haunter, I just picked his stabs and fighting because no one's clicking Focus Blast. If I'm bringing Terrifying Haunter, I'm not running Focus Blast. That's team. Golden Go, Samurott, Donphan, Wintercott, Iron Moth, Dude's Force, Haunter, Belly.
I think he's fine without a dragon. He has some really good resistances.
I've been recording for 35 minutes. Well, I guess this is to make up for whatever content I haven't recorded in the last 2 years. It's made up for now. There you go. And unfortunately, you will be seeing more content in the upcoming future. Very soon. So stick around if for some reason you want to put yourself through that. I'm sure it'll be fantastic. But yeah, that's going to be all from me today.
Mr. Gator, I'll link him.
Like, if you want to leave a like or comment on the video. Is that like an extremely like telling way to know that I'm like old as fuck by saying that? If you guys leave a like or comment, it'd be really appreciated. Like, do people even do that anymore? Yeah, don't be leaving no comments. No, I'm kidding. You leave comments you want. Something. Yeah, it's Gator. Unironically, I will see you guys next time.
Not bad. So, it's actually 3:36 a.m. It's like you're slowly ripping a band-aid off, but he's just really quietly screaming. So it is 3:30 a.m. So I don't have time to watch the last 3. But aside, kind of looking weak. I mean, the Dunsparce is fine. Belly Bolt can take it too. 3:37. So I'm gonna call it a night of this one. Hopefully we can come back and watch these, and if we don't, We're going to be watching all the games on Sunday anyway. King Gambit's not banned. Nobody picked it up because it's more checkable in draft since it can't Terra, in ours at least. Not to say it's not a bad Pokemon. It's not at all. It's a great Pokemon still. But I'm going to call it that. I appreciate everybody coming through. We'll either watch the rest next time, or we'll, again, I'll see you with the pick'ems. I got crowd control on Friday. That's going to be so great, guys. Literally, you guys are going to be able to control my Pokemon Emerald randomizer with Snark, Shizzy, and Shofu. That'll be 11 p.m. on Friday. But